Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to Tabletop Fables. First of all, as a special thank you tonight, I want to do a shout out to our friends at Dice Paper Roll who are coming to Adelaide for a fringe show. They are running a competition on our page as well for some double pass giveaways, so make sure you check that out and enter. And check out their podcast too. You can find them at www.dicepaperroll.com or we'll have a link on our website shortly. So I'm Jim Cody. We're going to go around the room quickly and just introduce our characters for everyone who's new. So starting from this end.
I am Brett. I'm Predicus. I am playing Medrith, a big guy with an axe who does some healing magic as well.
I'm Anthony. I'm playing Cass. He is a grumpy dwarf, an extremely sad dwarf. He's got a lot going on right now.
I'm Jacob. I'm playing Jafar, the Tabaxi, the greatest rogue in all the land.
I'm Lockie and I'm playing Rebellious, a tiefling bard who's just here for a good time.
And a good time you shall find. So last week our adventurers made their way through the Underdark past some rather strange occurrences. Giant mushrooms that shot spores to speak, Dwagar that were living deep in the earth, mining strange red gems that seemed to protect them from the power of what lay ahead, which were strange creatures with tentacles growing from their faces that seemed to be able to control the minds and enslave people. The adventurers managed to get past through some lucky rolls, through to the other side and back to under the mountain from where they first came. There they found their way back up to the giant stone door, which was now slightly ajar from the caved-in mountain, and Jathar went conspicuously missing. He went down a corridor and came face to face with what could only be described as a horror, a giant snake that seemed to be composed of bone scale, buried under the rubble, its head twice the size of Jathar. Jathar greeted him and he reared up, staring down at him with undead eyes. You hear a slight hiss release as its head starts swaying, watching
I'm gonna
you.
bolt back down the corridor.
And you are gone.
I'm gonna come running out the other side. Are they still at the gate?
I believe they were working their way up through the
I think
door.
we've just gone through the door up the broken stairs.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'll continue running back over there.
Yep.
Back the way
You
I
managed to scale up the wall fairly easily and catch up with them.
Jafar has found the giant snake. Jafar has wounded it mortally, but he is keen to warn you so it does not do you harm.
Well, where is it?
It's back the other way, back down the corridor on the other side of the stream.
Well,
Jafar can show you if you wish.
I'm good. I don't really want to go down into the lava pit.
Do we feel any movement?
Every now and then you feel a slight shudder, but it is a mountain that's caved in.
Yeah.
You're not sure where it's coming from.
We were feeling a shudder before, weren't we?
Not here.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
No, you could hear the vibrations of the drums, or the hammers, sorry, that were
Yeah.
drumming
Oh, yeah,
against
that's right.
the
Flashbacks.
stone.
I still want to raid the armory while we are here again.
Yeah.
As you walk up, you notice there's some light now. Where the mountain's caved in, it's let some sunlight through. It's now daytime outside. Something you're unused to after being underground for several days.
Mm-hmm. That's bright. How intact is the interior here?
Here it's fairly damaged, but it looks like you can still get through to where you were before, up at the top, where you found that door that was jammed shut.
We're making our way through.
Jafar's gonna whatever shadows there are now in the rubble.
Yep.
I'll stay in the other room. At the entranceway to that big lava room.
Near the giant doors?
Yeah.
Sure. Yep.
And just keep an eye out.
So you go ahead and you see that one side of this room has collapsed in, but there is still a path that leads down to where the forge used to be. You don't know if it's collapsed further down, but it's certainly open up here.
I go look down at the forge.
Yep, so you sort of scamper down along the stairs, along the stone walls, and you enter the room and it's mostly destroyed. The forge has disappeared, and you see a giant hole in the ground which opens up, and you can see movement of serpentine scales underneath. Alright guys, well I think we're back. I'm hoping we're back. We'll give it a few seconds just to ensure. We're really hoping these tech issues are going to be sorted out very soon, so please bear with us and thank you for sticking around. We're just going to get someone locally to check the stream and make sure we actually are live. And it seems like we are. Alright, so you make your way into this small chamber offside. Assortment of weapons still there. You can see with your dark vision
Yeah.
pretty much any standard weapon.
Are there any armors?
No armors here. There are shields though.
Yeah, I'll take like a warhammer.
Yeah.
Take a couple of daggers, and I'll take a longsword.
Bundle them up.
Start bundling. I'll put them in my backpack and strap them onto the side of my rope and things like that. But I'll just be carrying the great axe.
Cool.
Eventually I'll head back.
So you see Medrith disappear around the corner in this room.
I was already walking back to Cass.
Oh, you're going back, so you
I'll
see
follow
this.
him now.
So you see that most of the rocks there, you're following Medrith.
Yeah.
So you'd probably be able to climb along the wall fairly easily and around to this chamber.
Yeah.
Where there's quite a few weapons still. Not as many as there were, but still quite a few.
I'm just up on him in my back hole.
Yeah, fill up that bag.
I will write up a list of what you find later.
Yeah.
Probably not too relevant for right now, but if any basic weapon you need, you want, it will be there.
Yeah.
So you get back to Cass, and he's sort of swearing at the edge of the chasm, looking down over where the lava is.
Everything alright, Cass?
I found the hammer. Well, general location.
Is it just like behind this door, in your pocket, right there? That'd be real nice.
I'll give you one more guess.
Is it inside of a snake?
It's it's a round big snake.
It's a round big snake. Fun?
Maybe in it. Hopefully not.
Well, I hope not. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I saw the forge, didn't I?
The forge is gone.
Yeah, I mean, I saw where the forge was.
Yes.
And I saw that you said it looked like it had been kind of eaten away.
Looked like something had crashed through there. Something roughly the size of a giant serpent.
The forge is gone. The snake looks like it destroyed it.
Interesting.
Are we thinking of killing this snake? Or are we trying to figure out what's stopping things from dying?
Well, if it can move, and we can lure it out of this area, this immediate vicinity, get it into a tunnel, and then just beat the shit out of it.
Right.
That's my only real thought.
But this one's bigger than the last one we saw.
I mean,
it is kind of dead.
it's either that or we literally just chop off its head.
True. But
and then
what's the
roll that
chances?
into the lava.
And hope. Right. What's the chances that it's supporting this place though now?
I'll roll it. A story working check.
Sure. Think being a dwarf you get advantage. Didn't help.
4 and 2.
Without having your dice.
No, probably not. I mean, it's a giant snake, but this is a stone mountain.
Should be fine.
I trust you and your rocks.
Yeah. Yeah, don't see why you wouldn't.
Yeah.
I'll get you two to roll a perception for me.
Oh, you two.
I have like dragon eyes for gold, except it's like for weapons. And I'm just, with my natural one, just like focus on what else is there.
1.
You notice that as you started pulling all these weapons off the walls, this stone below you, you notice a large crack starting to just separate very slightly under your feet. That leads back out to where the rest of the wall has fallen down.
That gets cracking more.
It seems like the weight of 2 people in here walking around pulling on weapons is definitely making it worse.
I speed up grabbing weapons.
Okay. So back to you at the front.
Should we go inside?
No, I'm alright. I don't really want to see all that damage.
I guess you know what the hammer is. The hammer's not inside, is it? It's out.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's in where
in that
the fire
direction.
came from.
It's not in the direction of the forge and all that.
So as you're
Oh wait, I
discussing,
forgot to say to you that I heard Dwarven yelling and swearing beneath, but I was about to be interrupted. Sorry.
that's all right. If you want to continue, if you want to respond to that.
No.
From
Sounded like the forge had been broken away, and there's a pit beneath it, and it sounds like beneath in that pit I was hearing yelling, swearing, dwarvish noises,
maybe we should
similar to you when you're upset.
So all the time.
yeah. Maybe we should go check that out then.
Alright.
So you hear a loud crack and
We start to check.
the crumble of rock. I need you two to make a dex check for me.
Meanwhile,
15.
Natural 20.
So the,
Clearly, I have like
Sorry,
3
18.
weapons as poles like around me.
so the stone underneath you just gives way and starts crumbling into this open chasm below. You grab onto a weapons rack with your strength and manage to hold yourself up. You scramble, but you start slipping down with the rock.
How close is he?
How far down is this rock go?
Probably about 60 feet to the ground, but there are some rocky
run down
outcroppings.
the rocket.
Roll a acrobatics check for me to see if you can right yourself.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you manage to sort of, you hit a rock and you turn and launch off with all 4 paws and find another piece of falling rock and bounce back onto the wall and start running down it. Sort of claws in, just digging in. And you, as you look over your shoulder, you see Medrith just hanging on this weapons rack.
I like stashed my great axe and I grab like 2 hand axes and I just start climbing down.
Yeah. You hit the bottom pretty quickly. Roll a acrobatics check again for me.
9.
You take 7 points of damage just as small rocks fall off and hit you as you try and right yourself and get out of the way. Roll a strength check for me.
I get a 20 on my dex, but I get a 1 on my strength. So 6.
So you start climbing down the wall, and you take
That's a lot
12
of
damage as you fall from about 60 feet up. As you dig the axe in and it just gives way and you let go of the hand axe.
Dwarven craftsmanship!
Roll a dex save.
You're rolling like me.
You hit the bottom with a thud, knocks the wind out of you, and the axe hits the back of your head, doing 10 points of damage.
At least they're not sharp. Do I feel that I'm like bleeding out through my head? That's one of those
Hit the back
blades.
of it, luckily.
Oh yeah, very thick.
So it hurt a lot. It was a lot of bludgeoning damage, but luckily no cutting damage.
I sort of look around everywhere except Jafar to see if anyone's noticed, deliberately not looking at him, and I start healing myself.
Okay, a giant snake probably has.
Okay. I start healing myself quicker.
You see its head sort of struggling a little bit, but still under rock, as it's trying to look at you where you are behind it. And you just hear this collapse stop. The echo sort of goes through the cave. And you just see from the entrance a bit of dust.
I lean over the valleys and go, I was wrong, and flick my gold. And then it'll keep continuing.
Heal myself some more.
So what does the inside of this cavern look like?
So it just looks like it's a collapsed cavern. Lots of debris. You can see that where the room of the forge was, there's a lot of work stone that's fallen here. But it also looks like there's some raw stone that's been destroyed as well.
Is the only exit the one on the other side of the snake?
That you can see. It looks like there might have been more before, but most of it's just caved in.
Right. How damaged is this snake? Is there a big enough hole that I could just run inside it?
It doesn't seem damaged. It seems like it's made out of bone armour almost now that you're looking at it.
Alright. Yeah,
Roll a perception for me.
5.
5. Yeah, that looks like it's probably the only way out, unless you want to try and climb back up, which you probably could. Medrith probably wouldn't be able to.
I go over and slap Medrith. You okay?
The bit of shock of adrenaline puts me back down to 0 hit points. It's a second wind.
Put you down to 0.
Yeah.
Make a death save then.
I count up, okay, I count up.
Just thought I kills you.
Yes.
No, no, no.
How are we gonna... I thought you said the snake was nearly dead.
Well, it is dead. I killed it, but it came back to life like everything comes.
Good. Except that it came back. How he's meant to kill something that comes back to life?
Jafar thinks you should just run straight for that tunnel over there, and I'll hold it back while you make your escape.
Very well. I do this.
What are you doing?
I run for that tunnel over there.
Yeah, okay.
I climb onto the snake and run its back.
So you run ahead, and you see the snake pulling its head to the side, and it does eyes just watch you as it goes past, and it starts hissing at you. And you run out.
I say, parlez-vous, or come on.
And it just starts hissing frantically. You can see it trying to struggle through the rock. The dove on your shoulder flies off and lands on the ground.
I sort of stop. Turn around, look at it. Where's Jathar on it?
What are you doing?
As I run up, I'd like to look at the plates. How hard would it be to cut in between?
Roll an insight.
7.
Probably easy.
Alright.
I mean, they're just plates held together by what probably used to be sinew or muscle or something, and there's nothing there now.
Yep, I run up to just behind the bit where the deck is trapped and I try and cut it.
Yep, roll on to hit.
Wait!
21?
What are you using?
23. Dwarven short sword.
So you cut through and it just chinks, sparks fly, and it does nothing that you can tell.
So I can't penetrate the skin.
You can't hear.
I start walking slowly towards it. Staying behind the
It
dove.
stops thrashing and stops and watches you, its head just shifting slightly left and right.
So look at the dove, sort of trying to get a sense of how close is it to the snake?
It's just stopped and made sure it was going towards the snake and not out.
I sigh heavily, slowly walk towards it. The snake, that is.
Yep.
I don't have any weapons in my hands.
So you start walking towards it, and it just stops moving just very slightly back and forward. You see its head moving what it can. Roll an insight.
Natural 1.
Maybe it's about to attack. It's very hard to tell.
Oh, they give me a good excuse to kill it. I keep walking towards it.
Yep.
Just a little slowly. In defense, though. Defensive posture. Hand ready to grab the weapon.
So a few minutes ago you heard this collapse. What are you doing in the meantime?
Making our way there, somewhat hastily.
Rushing.
So there was still a rope from where it was climbed down before, so it'd be fairly easy just to sling that rope back down and climb down there. From there it's just a stone path that leads down along the side here. Wouldn't take too long to get there.
Where are we going?
Wait, do you want to go into the smoke or down?
Yeah, where were you going?
I was going to go down and then through the tunnel instead of...
Okay.
Same way Jeff
yeah,
went the first time.
Yeah, well, I'm following Katz anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was confused.
So you start hearing footsteps echoing in the tunnel behind you.
I grip my hand tight and pulses golden for a second as I regain one of my spell slots. But I keep slowly pacing forward.
Roll perception for me.
Wow.
1! This is normally my good dice.
Cool.
I don't have any good dice.
So you come out to the room, running ahead to see what's going on, and you just see Medrith probably about 30 feet from this giant snakehead, and you see Jathar just poking up over the top. You see his feline face looking at you.
Is Jathar, if this thing like twitched up, would he just be like smeared?
Not where he is.
Okay.
The rocks are pinning it fairly solid. It doesn't have a lot of room to move.
Because I was just going to shout, get fucked.
I mean, it's still not the worst advice.
So what can we see right now?
So you see the head of a giant snake. As you get closer, it looks like it's made out of bone as scales more than its scales are gone.
Does it have eyes?
It does, but they look undead.
Is it the same snake that I saw in my vision thingy?
Yes.
Also, where's Calrith?
Kareth has not come down after you.
Alright.
She's just at the door, I guess.
She's still up at the main stone door, yeah. She's had a hard couple of days and she's resting.
Yeah, fair enough.
Fair. Very fair.
Good on her. Take a day off.
If you wanted to go and collect her, she'd probably come with you.
Can I hear any of the dwarven voices Valley's told me about?
Roll perception.
I'll look out from
Medrith definitely can't.
What?
16.
Yes, it almost for a second sounds like the snake is speaking very, very quietly in Dwarvish.
What? Water comes out my nose. What? And then I'll just walk in What? In Dwarvish. What?
You get no response.
Wait. Does it sound like it's coming from the snake? Or like the... Has it eaten some dwarves as well?
Maybe.
Is it from snake or from
Doesn't
the
sound like
snake?
that.
Snake's words personally. Does it sound like muffled screaming, one would say?
It almost sounds more like an argument.
I'm curious.
I said
I'm gonna
try-
walk up to the snake. Fairly casually, I guess.
As you come up, its head lowers to the ground and it just sits with a bit of a thud and looks down at you. The top of its nose is probably about 15 feet up.
I'm gonna like, open up, what's in there?
What?
You see its tongue flick out and just hisses a little bit and disappears.
We know you can speak common like your sister.
Its head turns towards you, cocks a little bit, and it shakes its head a little bit.
Might not be able to speak in its current state. I mean, do I? This is not what I think.
Open your mouth.
It doesn't.
In for a penny, in for a pound. I'll walk up and I'll just kind of like start to try and open its mouth.
Roll a
Get in
strength check.
10.
Just in a moment, you find yourself on your ass back about 15 feet as its tongue just flicks out and pushes you over.
God damn it. As I got to its mouth and like got hands on it, could I hear the voices more clearly?
Yes.
Alright.
What are you doing, Kaz?
Also,
Everybody,
you can still
huddle
sense.
up.
You can still sense that the hammer, and now you know it's definitely inside the snake somewhere.
Oh, I'm good. Oh, that's why I can't move. Oh my god.
That's
Okay, so
hilarious.
huddle up. We've got a couple of problems. A, the hammer is in there. B, there are dwarves in there. C, unkillable snake.
I pull out a dwarven warhammer and a longsword, and I go, like the sword I saw you use, but bigger, and a hammer for you.
I'm gonna say no.
You have chosen wisely.
You wouldn't happen to have any daggers, would you? I'll take 2 of them.
The whole armory is just up that cliff.
I'm not very good climber. Maybe later. So, does anybody have any ideas? Anything? You two just start.
I'm just trying to soar into the snake.
Keep at
Perhaps, wait, my kidding, they would do the same.
What's your max attack score?
My max
Yeah,
attack,
if you were to roll a 20 on the dice.
27.
You keep working on it and nothing seems to happen.
I quickly get bored and can I see another way into the snake?
No.
Can I hear the
Perhaps.
dwarves?
Yeah, you could probably hear the doors occasionally.
Perhaps we should tell it that I am the owner of the hammer and can pick it up
I'm gonna
and
climb
move
into
it
its face.
outside of it.
I mean, it's worth a shot. Go for it.
I am the rightful owner of the hammer that is trapping you here. Open up and I can reclaim it.
Its tongue flicks out a little bit and starts back in. Roll inside.
20.
Probably doesn't know common. Systemative doesn't necessarily mean it does.
Medric worked this out. Make me speak its language.
I can't do that. I can't make you speak a language. I can make it possibly know your language, but I'd kind of like to hold on to that spell slot for now. I'll turn to the big snake. And in Dwarvish, do you understand me?
It doesn't seem to.
And then I'll just cycle through. A giant, orc, gnomish, primordials, maybe the one I might know. I'll try that, and if it doesn't respond,
As you get to Gnomish,
fuck off.
It turns its head and you see a glint of recognition in its eyes.
In Gnomish, I say, bullshit.
What's your Gnomish accent like?
It's basically the same thing, except it's a lot quicker. Do you need help?
You hear back. You understand its language as well, don't you? With comprehend languages.
Oh, so no, because I'm not using comprehend languages.
Okay.
Just...
It hisses at you, but it looks like it's trying to say something.
No, nod up and down for yes, and shake your head for no.
I see its head rear up and just slowly lifts up and down.
So you need help.
Nods again.
Is it something to do with something you've eaten?
Nods again.
Can I come in to deal with whatever you've eaten?
Its head stops for a minute. And it sort of shakes its head a bit.
Are you in pain?
It nods its head just very slightly.
Okay. We've met your sister.
All of a sudden, you see all the scales just shiver and it starts.
I was just like,
Transfraction.
whoa, big fella.
Make a deck save.
25.
So its head starts flicking around. You manage to, up to you, whether you hold on or jump off and land
How close
safely.
am I to its face?
You're on its face. You try to climb to it.
As it shaking around, is it open as well?
No.
Alright, I jump off.
Towards the party.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see the snakes thrashing around. You see Jathar out of nowhere just roll a bit in the air and land gracefully.
Oh, hello.
Thanks for joining us.
I don't even notice I'm trying to horse whisper. I'm like, whoa. It's alright. She sent us down here to reclaim her home, but doesn't mean we have to fight. If we let you go, will you move on?
Lifts its head and shakes it.
Do you know any other languages other than hissing? Can you speak?
It nods.
Can you try speaking some languages that we might know?
It starts hissing. Does anyone understand Draconic?
Nope.
What
are you?
It starts making strange roars and
Is there enough time when it roars for me to dash inside?
sure, if you want to try. That's going to be a dex check at disadvantage.
If I see him run past me, I take like 3 major steps back.
16.
So you start dashing towards it. It notices, and you see its tongue whip out and lash around your legs and trip you.
Right. I'll pull out my barrel of fish.
Because why not?
If I pull out a fish and chuck it at the snake, does it eat it?
No, it gets slapped in the face by a fish and then stares at you.
Never mind the fuzzy one. Alright. I'm out of ideas.
What ideas did you
good
try?
You hear a gravelly rumbling. Does anyone understand Undercommon?
Nope.
And it's like a regular pick my ears up and go 1 minute, and I'll just run off, and I'll actually grab Valley, so I'll grab him. Actually, no, I won't. I'll grab you by the shirt and go, you're not a good climber, I'll grab your thigh. And just like, I need you to collect the drow lady from upstairs and bring her down here.
Alright.
Yep, so you fairly easily climb up. She's sitting on the stairs. At the moment she's got some herbs and it looks like she's concocting some sort of potion.
What are you making?
Oh, just a potion.
Can Jafar have some?
I don't see why not. It won't be ready for a little while, though.
It's poison.
Oh.
Calm the giant fucking snake.
Jafar has to take you down there now.
Oh, why is that? It sounded quite dangerous.
Jafar thinks you'll be fine.
I trust you very well.
Why can nobody roll well against you?
I did get 23 on one insight.
She really trusts you. That's a natural one.
Great, I just push her down.
You push her just into the lava.
So you hear a slight sizzle in the background.
I felt the rope and lower her down.
Yeah. So the rope's still there, so it would be fairly easy with your acrobatic skill to be able to just help her down with it. You reach the bottom. She sort of straightens her robes a little bit.
They're over there, go over there. And I climb back up, turn invisible, and come back down.
Oh.
Out of
Okay, well I
sight,
trust you, so. She starts walking.
And I'm gonna invisible and stand in the snake's mouth because it opens up again and I'm trying to die in.
Roll a straight intelligence check for me.
19.
That doesn't check out at all.
Wait a minute, snakes have tremor sense.
21. I do it very lightly.
And they also have an amazing sense of smell. You rolled pretty high.
I cover myself in fish broth. Wait.
Oh, yeah.
And then I roll the barrel in.
So we hide your throw in the barrel.
So all these barrels magically rolling across the ground.
Are we Trojan horsing this?
So you hear some light footsteps approaching behind you. You say, oh my. You look around to see Kara standing at the doorway, staring up at this giant snake.
Yeah, he speaks Undercommon.
Oh,
It understands Gnomish but
He's-
can't speak it.
very big, isn't he?
Yeah, he's quite large.
Much bigger than the other one.
Yeah.
Now, I'd like to resolve this without a fight, seeing as how nobody in this area can die. Hence why.
What do you mean?
That's why it's alive. Moving still, I think.
It's very quite dead, but the magic of the place is keeping it alive.
Do you know
I've
anything?
heard tales of this. It's always been dead.
It's always
Oh.
been. Oh, that's even worse.
Well, great. Wait, but does that mean we can kill it?
Well, I suppose undead can be killed.
Oh my gosh, guys, we have a way out.
That's actually my specialty. I meant to ask that question like at the beginning of this session when I first saw it to go, can I roll to see if it's actually undead? Totally forgot.
There you go. Karath rolled for you. Got a 19.
And I'm just kind of like, of course. Well, can you talk to it and so we can get the hammer out from inside of it?
But what has happened?
It's complicated. Parlay.
There's a hammer stuck inside of it with a bunch of dwarfs that's impossibly heavy, so it's pinning it down in place. Is what we
The
assume.
hammer you
see-
saw in our mind.
You see how long you sort of twitch a little bit as she looks. So, oh yes, they're inside it.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem like a very good idea.
If the hammer is in there as well, it won't be able to, I don't think the snake will be able to move, and they won't be able to pick it up. Only one of us two could, because we've lifted it before.
Do you actually want to just kill us straight away? What are the chances?
I don't know. The writings on it are minimal. Not many people have ever seen it.
It's fair.
It doesn't seem to be violent because it's in pain at the moment, but afterwards I have no idea.
Hopefully it has gratitude.
Very well.
We saw other spots we can turn to entrances.
Yeah, I can go back real quick though. I'd rather.
Well, we'll walk down its mouth if it lets us then. That will go well.
I mean, if we can always carve our way out.
So Carol starts walking forward towards this giant snake. You see her shaking a little bit. And you see at her side, her hand just starts glowing purple, and you see some runes appearing on each of her fingertips. And you see her just wave it across her throat, and she looks up at the snake and starts hissing at it. And they stand there hissing at each other for a little while.
Just sweating in anticipation.
I like nervously pulling out some rations. I'm like,
Cass, are you a stress eater, Cass?
don't body shame me.
So after a moment of conversing, she turns around and you've never seen this before. A drow that looks pale. Even you've never seen this. She looks shaken. And she dashes across to the closest wall and places her hand on it and just looks like she's focusing intently.
What's happening?
Kareth, some information would be nice.
She seems to be completely ignoring you.
Oh, fuck.
But roll perception.
20. 16.
I'm guessing low.
Yeah.
As you're asking her these questions, you notice through some cracks and some fallen stone, tiny spiders are starting to wind their way out and make their way down towards her.
Tiny spiders?
Is this something to do with the Spider Queen?
I'll start sacred flaming them as they're coming out. Oh wait, no one won't. No one won't. I'll be like, no! Drow, right. But I'll be at the ready. Confusion.
So as you watch these spiders just stream down, hundreds of them, and they start swarming over her hands.
Ooh.
And she holds a handful of them up that are squirming and little legs working their way up to her ear.
Ugh.
And then she holds them up to her face.
Oh god.
I throw up said rations.
You see them sort of start to crawl through her hair, and she places them on the ground, and they just all scatter, but somewhat uniformly. They seem to be on a mission, and they go straight out the door, back the way you came.
I hate the drow sometimes.
So what was that?
My people aren't safe.
Oh.
We've been fooled by the serpent.
Oh, shit.
She wanted an army to feed her.
I don't know what she wants, but we picked the wrong side in this fight.
Is it time to run?
Has the snake
Values.
opened this
We
month?
won't make it. I can only hope they will. And you see these spiders are still streaming out the walls, following.
What? I know. What did he say? What did he say? Why do you think this?
His sister is the Queen of Lies, as they call her.
What, can he be the King of Lies?
I don't believe so.
Put a lot of money on this. We need to go. Bill's in danger.
We need the hammer.
Tell her to open up.
She goes back and starts hissing at it, and it sort of starts hissing back more vehemently at her and shaking its head. And she sort of drops to one knee, looking like she's begging. And the snake stares at her from it and comes down, places its mouth on the ground, and lifts its mouth up.
No magic. No hitting the snake.
But what about the dwarfs?
We go in, we kill, we get what we need. I don't just start walking into the snake.
Follow.
Far runs invisible.
So the interior of the snake looks surprisingly like the exterior. It looks like plated mail, almost made of bone, and no organs. It's almost just like a giant hallway made of these plates.
As we're going in, I turn to Kareth and say, you got to get back there. You got to save them all, your people and Bill. And then I walk into the snake.
You see her just transform and morph and just runs off as a white snow leopard.
Oh shit.
She'll be fine.
The tentacle boys.
Hopefully that'll slow her down.
We gotta go.
Push in, walk towards those voices, be prepared to just grab whoever is in there and throw them.
So you hear the voices getting louder. You understand what they're arguing about is
Why can't
their
we
disappointments. Actually, you hear disappointment to Abbathor.
Disappointment in Abbathor? Or?
To Abbathor.
I was hoping it was
They're
like-
letting Abbathor down. Something about their weakness.
Oh, I'm gonna.
And then one of them shouts back about how their weakness also disappoints the gods.
I will. Hearing this, well, I got this. I'm gonna walk up to them just casually as all hell just.
So as you move up to them, you realise they're very similar to the dwarves you saw upstairs, with the tattoos carved into their bodies.
Can I see the hammer?
Yes, you see the whole forge sitting inside this giant snake with a hammer, seemingly almost magnetised to the top, like it's fallen and locked back into place from above.
I don't know if this will work, whether it's reset because it's attached to the forge, but I will walk in there and just be like, fools, you've taken long enough, and then just try and grab it, walk out,
Yeah, you pick it up.
and then just turn and walk away. Just casual as all hell, like I was meant to be there.
You hear some shouting in the background. And the last word you hear is charge as they come after you.
How big is this snake?
From side to side, probably about 30 feet.
I turn. They start running after him.
Alright guys, sorry about that. Hopefully we are back. Once again, we're just going to give it a quick minute to make sure we are. That one seemed to be an internet issue, so this is an entirely new one.
Do you just want to give a last recap of the last 30 seconds, minute then?
Yep. So, last 30 seconds to a minute, roughly, the adventuring party managed to get inside this giant serpent. Found some dwarves arguing over the hammer. Cass could hear in Dwarvish they were arguing about being a disappointment to Abbathor. Before Cass promptly walked up, took the hammer, implied they were both incredible disappointments, and turned around to walk off. Before shortly after hearing them shout charge and start running towards them.
Should have said they were stupid like their father.
Roll a deck save.
That's actually about 14. Sorry, 13.
You feel an axe just embed into you, doing 11 points of damage from behind.
Fair one. Fair one.
You all hear combat start as metal clashes with metal.
We can see in here, right?
As you turn around, you do see this. Yep.
Yeah, I just shoot crossbow bolt at them, attacking them.
Yep. Roll a hit.
19.
That hits. Yep.
So, light crossbow. 5 damage.
Yep. Cool.
I would like to climb over and attack them from behind.
Well, you're already sort of above, so that would be fairly easy. They've charged past you now.
I get advantage for being invisible, yeah.
Yes.
Natural 20.
Nice.
What's your damage?
Actually 6 with sneak attack.
Yeah. So what's your damage base?
D6.
All right. So you get 12 plus your roll.
Alright, so 22.
22 points of damage.
And then I attack with the other. And I get a crit 1.
So I don't believe in luck or dice jail, but I do believe this dice needs to be tuned or something. Because I run forward and get a nat 1 with my axe.
Yep. So roll your damage.
Oh, for fuck.
9.
Your foot catches in a scale a bit as you swing, and it just throws you off and it hits something behind them. You can't see anything though, but it's embedded in something. You take 9 points of damage.
Do I at least stab him back?
Sorry?
Do I at least stab him back?
Probably not.
You can if you really want.
Repulsed.
Grunt in annoyance. Try to get a better footing to swing again.
You take 21 points of damage as the second dwarf comes in with a war and just hits you with it, and you feel like a flash of arcane as he does. You feel it just drain your life a little bit.
Growling.
Seeing that him get hit reasonably, what weapons are they wielding?
So one's got a great axe, one's got a warhammer.
Is the one with the warhammer in front of me?
The one you engaged last time had the great axe.
Alright. I'll just turn to the one, the closest one to me then, and just with the big hammer just straight down the top of the nugget.
Yep. Roll a hit.
This is better than what I got.
So yeah, that's 7.
And what are you using?
A warhammer.
So it just sort of shoves its shoulder to the side and you miss completely. Jathar sees just ahead of him a warhammer strike just centimetres from his face. But luckily this one doesn't hit.
Well,
Did you want to do anything before next round?
Yeah, I'll just shoot another crossbow bolt.
Yeah.
That's only 14.
Yeah, so that doesn't hit.
I will stab them in the back again. First one was 24.
Yeah, that hits. You take 18 points of damage as the one with the axe just swings at you again, Cass.
yep.
11 hit.
No.
I did
So
7 damage.
7? On which one?
Whichever one I was attacking the first time.
How much did you do damage to me just then? Or
Yes.
how much was it?
18.
So I swing forward with my great axe, buried in the first one, the one that hit me. The 13 damage, just swing it down. Then
So that was the axe wielder?
yeah, then just come through again for like a golf swing, and I just do it a bit too above the dwarf's head and miss.
So you come through for that second strike to hit, and as you do, you notice he's just collapsed on the ground.
Enraged, and I can see he's falling down. It's like turn.
How many are there?
There's one standing now.
Okay.
You were going to attack?
I already did. I hit once and did 7 damage.
Oh yes, sorry, yep.
And then I'll take a swing at the last one with the Moradin's hammer as well. So that's a 20 total.
Yep, that'll hit.
Now, what do I roll for this one?
This one will be so a D12 and 2 D8s.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible. So that's 11 points of damage.
Yep, cool.
I'd swing at the one on the ground at its neck.
Yep.
And even though he's down, I just want to make sure I crit and I do 33 damage with the Dwarven axe.
I'll put another one through it.
And 17 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
9 damage.
What's your AC?
18.
18. Yeah, so this one comes through the warhammer and brings it slamming down on you, but you just sort of hunker down and it hits your armour and glances off. As you see his friend's head roll off to the side where it's been severed from his body.
I'm going to pull up from my back, swing straight to the side of the head and try and knock him.
Roll a hit.
11?
That will not hit.
I'll viciously mock him when I get the next chance. Wisdom save. DC 16.
He seems to succumb to whatever you're doing. So how do you do it?
He's alone, isn't he?
Yes.
I say, poor little dwarfy boy, all alone in a snake. 4 damage.
I'm gonna stab him in the back.
You see him clutch his head a bit.
I got a nat 1 and a 21. So I do 8 damage to him.
What about the second attack?
I got a crit 1.
Yeah. Not what I asked.
So for reference, I'm coming in and swinging at him.
10 damage.
So what are you using to attack?
I have 2 short swords. 2
Okay.
dwarven short swords.
So you swing one, cutting a wound open on his back, and he drops as Medrith lunges over the second one as you come up and slash through and hit Medrith by accident.
How much?
10.
I do 9 damage to him.
Yep. And they both fall silent, pools of blood starting to form around them.
Head.
Yep.
Far things perhaps should remove their heads so when they come back, at least they can't run around.
Where are you? Did you just stab me?
I'm visible now.
Said yes, you did.
If these are the Dwarven weapons, am I bleeding now?
Yes.
Is anyone else bleeding?
Yes.
Yes.
But I'm going to grab one of the bodies, grab it and grab the weapon and start dragging him out of said snake.
I'll heal myself for 3, then I heal you for 6.
And you notice the wounds are still open a little bit as you get healed.
It's alright, I'm going to deal with myself afterwards. It's fine.
I'm going to tend to carry the anvil out.
I was going to suggest it, but if he goes to grab that, then
Yep.
I'll go to grab the other body.
Strength check. What's it?
25.
25. You start moving it and you feel it slide a little bit over the snake's scales, but it's very heavy. You think it would take a very long time if you're going to try and slide it this way.
How big is the anvil?
The anvil, it's a full-size forge.
Right,
So it's probably about, no,
Where were you in the combat?
probably about 5 feet across by 10 feet long.
Can I collect all of the 3 bolts that I fired?
Yeah, that'd be fairly easy. They would have glanced off and gone down into the snake a bit, but they'd be easy to find.
Far quickly loops the bodies as the wind pulls along.
They're surprisingly got nothing. Almost half naked, just wearing a leather skirt and tattoos.
Far
And there
takes their
was
clothes.
I made sure to grab
You're now
the
dragging
weapons.
naked dwarfs towards the front of the snake.
That's right.
I inspect one of the dwarves and just see if they're regenerating or coming back to life in any way.
Yep. Not so far.
Grab the heads.
If only we put the heads in the bag.
Actually, I need one of them.
At least this isn't about get weird.
You have no idea.
Very slowly, I'm just pushing this towards we'll call it an entrance.
Sure. So from where you are, Take you about an hour and a half to get it out.
Got nothing better to do.
If I get it out, if I get the bodies out, and I'll go back in and get the anvil.
Right, I go back to the weapons.
I go to the mouth of the snake while everyone's lugging everything and knock on the front of its mouth, I guess.
It's still open. It's left
Oh,
open.
it's left open? Oh, cool. Then I just walk right out.
Cave of Wonder.
So you go back and help Medrith, and you manage to push it a little bit faster. You figure it might save you 10 minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes is 10 minutes.
Cool. After they haven't come out to the front of the mouth, after 2 minutes, I ask them, what are you guys doing in there?
It echoes down the snake's body.
Getting the anvil too.
Seems not important right now.
Roll insight for me.
5.
We're here to let the snake move. And this is heavier than the hammer.
Somehow, yes, actually, yeah.
Yeah, so you keep pushing it.
Yep. The weapons that I grabbed off, were they just the regular dwarven ones?
Yes.
Yeah. Alright.
Very well made though. There seems a slight aura of magic about them.
Yeah. Alright, I'll trade warhammers, give you back the one you gave me and the great axe that I just took off of that dude. Just kind of
You notice my side eye at Modrin's hanging.
eventually.
So you notice that the bodies on the ground start sliding.
Towards
Wait,
their
which
heads.
bodies?
Yes.
Ah, right, yeah.
Under that.
Nice. Yeah, they're coming alive again. It's happening. I'm watching it right now. It's happening right now.
Put the heads in the bag.
I don't have the heads. I'm just watching the bodies.
I'll round up for the heads.
So you have the heads?
Yeah, I thought we got.
You've
I might have the heads, so I've got the heads.
You said you needed one, so I think you grabbed them both.
Alright, so yeah, they're just strapped to me, I guess.
You feel it tugging at the side of your clothes, and you see the heads lift and float and pull.
I slap it.
And as you do, it starts pulling harder, and you feel like you're almost about to be pulled over with the strength of this.
I get a rope and I quickly make a little net and then tie
You don't feel like
it.
you have time to make a net.
Can I reach out, grab one of the heads, and grab the hammer from you?
I guess, yeah.
On the anvil, splat.
Yep, the head sort of caves in, and what do you do after that?
Do I feel like it's gone? Or is
No, it feels like it's trying to pull itself back.
I'm just going to keep doing it.
I'll go
Okay.
for it.
What about the other head?
I'm going to put it in my bag.
Your backpack?
Yeah. Just throw it into my bag.
You tug on it and try and get into your backpack. You cannot get it to move back towards your
How
backpack.
big
If
are
I'm
the
having
dwarf
trouble,
bodies?
then I will.
Sorry?
How big are the dwarf bodies?
Normal dwarf size.
Fit in the bag of holding?
What's the circumference?
My hands are like 3 foot.
Heads will.
Alright, I take the heads.
Yep.
And then I run out back into the cave with lava things and I chuck them in there.
Your bag of holding?
No, just the heads.
Yep, so you see them hit the lava and singe a bit, and then you just see them roll up onto the earth again and start.
I pick them up and put them back in the bag of holding.
What the first one of that?
As it like that one's reforming and this one's pulling away from me, I'll put it onto the anvil and like hit it. And then I'll scoop up a bunch of brain and throw it into my boot.
Into your boot?
Into my boot.
Are the bodies being pulled towards my bag of holding?
Yes.
Okay.
I run inside my rope and tie the bodies to the anvil and go sit outside the mouth.
Both boots. I literally fill my boots with brain.
Okay, roll a deck save.
And then I hug the anvil.
When someone says fill your boots, that's not what they mean.
17, so
So Klingon, you feel your boots being dragged, and you cling onto the anvil, and after a few moments you feel it, and your boots come off and start sliding down.
damn it!
And now you're barefoot.
That's right.
You gonna track mud all inside that snake?
Do you have anything burny? Like
I have. I can cast a golden flame. I have.
I chase after my boots.
Yep, so you let go of the anvil, you've stopped pushing to talk, and you see the anvil still moving.
Is the head pulling my bag of holding, or is it just?
Wait,
No, but the body's been
we
pulled.
both let go of. Oh, because he tied the bodies to
Yes.
the handful.
I look at it like, this is really convenient, actually.
I'll chase after my boots.
I'll just
I
walk out.
occasionally pull out the head to see what it's doing.
It's when you pull them out, they're fully reformed, and as you pull them out, make a strength check.
Something.
Make a dex check or acrobatics, your choice. So you pull it out, and it just tugs on you straight away, and you manage to sort of very quickly and lethally get underneath it with the bag of holding, open it, and close it over the top again, and contain it within.
Yeah. Okay. So my boots are magical, right?
Yes.
Would he be able to destroy them by shooting into them,
With what?
like an eldritch blast or anything
Sacred
like
flame, more specifically.
that? All right. Cool. Yeah. When we catch up with my boots, I'm just gonna like take them off and go just go to town on them, and I'm just gonna start sacred flaming into one as well. Just see him smack him like, no!
It is with the hammer of Mordred.
Roll an insight.
I don't have to, but my character does. Natural 20.
Yeah, no matter what you do, these things are healing, and they just try and pull themselves back together. The only way you think that might work is get them out of this zone of influence, but you don't know where it ends.
I just kind of shake them out, hold my boots like that until they like reform onto the ground.
There's one other option. We could put them on spikes so they cannot get closer to each other.
Or we could put them on spikes so when they reform, they've got a spike in the middle of them and they ain't doing shit.
With your nat 20, it's pulling an anvil that weighs like 100,000 times more than a spike.
Give me a javelin. I'm just gonna like shove it down one of the bodies.
Yep.
So
That's
that
the
if it comes back, he's gonna be kind of like,
I've walked out snake with holding the hammer. The anvil's coming towards us, so
yeah. I guess make sure my boots are that end. So that
Roll an insight while you're outside there.
nope. Alright.
Someone really should roll something higher at this at some point soon.
Would anyone might have been assisting me in that?
Values has been out there quite a long time.
I'm memorized. I'm waving my bag around to see if our bodies move differently.
They follow it. You have been out there a while. Roll inside again.
15.
You've had some time to stand there thinking about it. Kareth isn't here anymore.
Yeah.
No one can talk to this snake.
Yeah.
You don't really know what its intentions are or what it's going to do.
Mm-hmm. I want to go. I want to go real bad. I wanted to go the whole time.
Oh, that's right. Kayla's just.
That's right.
You did tell her to bail. You're like, get back there, help your
Yeah.
people.
Well, I didn't.
That's because it's what we should be doing. Anyway, you guys done playing body magnets or?
It's
Jafar finds this very entertaining. We must do this more.
Values. It's more of we might need the anvil at some point, and I don't want to be stuck in a giant undead snake.
Well, you'll know where to find it.
So you've left the snake now?
Well,
I've left the snake, I've got the hammer,
yeah.
the anvil's being pulled out, so
Just kind of sitting there.
But
with
you've
my
left the
boots.
snake, more importantly?
It's going to close its mouth.
Yes. As you step out of it, you see its head rear up and it just spits this anvil out.
Oh, for fuck's!
I'm running.
I'm way back at the cabin trying to pull it.
And it spits it to the side and its head comes out, just stops and watches you.
I will lend it to you again.
Well, magical warhammer.
And you see its eyes just kind of shifting, watching you.
And Nosh, do you need any more assistance, or are you good from here?
It looks at you and its whole body roils and the rocks just explode around it and it's freed.
Go kill your sister.
That's a weird request.
Is it though?
Maybe.
Yeah, I guess. I run. Like at the moment it starts unroiling, I am taking Valley's cue and I'm piss bolting. As I roll an inside check.
Okay.
Probably once he starts running.
So 16.
The first snake you found seemed fairly hostile the whole time. This one just seemed to want to get on with its life.
Alright.
You feel like it probably chosen the right side.
As you run away from it.
Where are you going?
I was following Valius.
Yeah.
Where were you going?
Back to the first chamber.
Which one? Like the lava
The one
chamber?
with the-
Yeah, and once you get there, where are you going?
Back down the way we came, I guess.
Yeah, so you see the wall that was scale before just disappear.
Yeah.
Before I leave the room with the snake head, I'll look around to see where Madeline is.
Yep, it's fairly happy. It's flying around in a circle in this room, over the top of the snake.
Alright, let's keep going then.
So now that this snake's moved out of this thing, does it look stable?
No, it looks very unstable.
Okay, I don't go in there.
The board's being pulled towards us.
The forge? No, it's spattered out.
No, with the bodies on it.
What is still attached to it?
Are they? No.
I go back and retie it into the anvil.
Yeah, you see giant chunks of rock crashing into the ground, creating chasms and craters into what looks like another chamber below, with lava spilling up over the top.
Alright, fine. Let's go.
I'm just going back down the way we came because I don't know any other way to go.
Let's head back to Illivan Way.
Was there a way to go up when we went in through the door?
There was still the...
You said there was daylight coming through.
There still was... I mean, there were cracks that the daylight was going through. There was still the burrowed hole where Abbathor seemed to make his way up. At least when you were there last.
And from memory, from Valius's memory, not from my memory, if I was up on the surface, would I be able to get back to where the drow are?
Yeah.
Well, you know there was definitely a way. You're not 100% sure the entrance would be, but it's
Yeah.
probably safer than going through the way you can.
Yeah, because I really don't want to go anywhere near the tentacle boys. So I don't go down there. I climb up. The rope's still there.
Yeah, you can
So
get up fairly
I climb
easily.
there and wait for them.
We're only like 5 minutes behind.
You've done this a few times, climb up the rope. You kind of know the wall and how to get up there now, so it doesn't take you long. And you're all at the top in front of the stone door.
Should we use the surface rather than underground?
Isn't Viljana underground?
We've got no idea where she is.
But was she not going and finding more snakes?
I still don't know where she is.
The main problem is we jumped down 2 waterfalls with no way to get back up.
That as well.
That's the problem.
Hmm.
So if there's a way up this way, probably our best bet.
Yeah.
She's your ally.
I'd rather get to the snakes with an army of drow than an army of miscreants. 4 miscreants.
An army of 4 miscreants.
Yeah, that is the name of our tribe.
AFM?
So you head your way back up. And you do find that the way to the surface still seems to be open, but the ground is shifting a bit around you.
As fast as we can, I guess.
I pull out the dwarf head.
Is there any-
Roll a strength check.
21.
Wow, no.
So you feel it pull you back and you almost stumble backwards, but you manage to keep going and you've got it in your hand, but it's stopping you from moving forward now as it's pulling
I'll
back
go back
on
in
you.
the bag.
Yeah, so acrobatics or dex check.
22.
Yeah, so you sort of manage to slip underneath it with a bit of a slide and a twist and pull the bag in front, and as it tries to snap off, you just close it over again.
As we're now, just making sure to keep an eye out for anything that might collapse or any danger that might be around.
This whole place.
Anything more specific? Otherwise, I'm good.
At this point, you think it's probably a good idea to get out of there as soon as you can.
I am going as fast as possible.
So up ahead, you see daylight. Charging forward, you burst into it, and for the first time in days, you feel a breeze on your skin and fresh sun on your face.
Is that fresh air? Oh my gosh, that's beautiful.
And you feel the ground rumble underneath you, and you hear some collapsing stone, but then you hear it go quiet.
I am less uncomfortable. I mean, I am more uncomfortable now.
Well, we'll have another underground trip one day.
You hear a whistling sound
Yeah.
coming from somewhere nearby.
I'll search for if I can find where the noise is.
It sounds like it's probably coming from up the top of the mountain. It sounds quite shrill, almost beautiful.
Oh. Does it sound musical? I mean,
Yes, very musical.
Is it of drow origin?
No.
can I tell if it's an
You
instrument?
just wasted your bet.
No, it's someone whistling, but so well that it almost sounds like an instrument.
Can we see the top of the mountain, or is it just?
From here, you'd have to wind your way up through the trees a bit.
Or like there's stuff into the trees to go investigate.
I will slowly make my way.
Why did I waste 1,000 gold in a spyglass?
So you see Jathar not very stealthily on the trees.
I just sort of shrug and follow them.
Yeah, I'll start heading towards the mountain, I guess.
So you'll probably get there first if you're moving towards it. You get to the top, and through a clearing in the trees where the dwarves are sitting, there's still a part of it left with runes carved into the ground. And there's a man in blue robes sitting there with long silver hair, half-moon spectacles sitting on his nose, just looking his hand in a quill and just casually whistling to himself, looking down. And
I'm just gonna walk out. I'm like, hello, I'm Jafar, the greatest rogue in the land. Who might you be?
Hello, I'm Grand Magister Artemis. Gets back to his writing.
What are you doing here?
Studying. He stares up, and as he stares up, you look up, and there is a black sphere hanging in the air above, which you would recognise as the moon. But it seems to be strangely held in place, but wrapped in shadow.
Jafar has seen that too. Do you have any idea what caused it?
Oh, I think it's probably the negative energy plane. But my research notes will tell me more, I'm sure.
Oh, that's the look of his shoulder when he's writing.
Gibberish. It makes no sense at all. Some little pictures of strange shapes and sigils that you've never seen before.
Jafar would like to know what you are writing.
Just some hypotheses. Some notes. He starts scribbling in the corner, making what looks like as he's looking up the black moon itself.
Do you have any idea on how to fix said moon?
Oh, no. Goes back to his writing. Now you all emerge and you see Jathar standing over this strange-looking man, just sort of half sitting, half kneeling on the ground, jotting in a notepad.
I'll, with the hammer of Morden, I'll just pass it over to Medrith. And then we'll just keep it hidden, and I'll pull the other one out and hang it up my hip.
I sort of wonder where to put it. It's hide my illusion.
Yep.
Yeah.
Are there still dwarves here?
No.
Yeah. Suppose we walk over?
Yep.
And you just hear his whistling start up again. It sounds quite beautiful, echoing through the trees.
What have you found, Jathar?
Oh,
Jafar has found this strange man.
well, excuse me.
We're
You're a giant cat, thank you very much.
We're all a little strange.
Jafar is insulted by that.
Well, I'm insulted by what you said about me.
You're a bit strange and you are a big fuzzy cat. Let's just...
What makes me strange?
I mean, you whistle quite extraordinarily, isn't
Oh,
that?
thank you.
Isn't,
That's not a strange thing, though. That's a skill, it's a talent.
oh, but it's strange from the norm.
Well,
Being strange
I
isn't
suppose you've got me
necessarily bad.
there. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Though you are a giant cat man.
As following this conversation, Jafar's going to try and take the head out of his bag and put it in Cass's bag.
Okay, strength check.
Stealthily?
Yes. Not stealthily, no. I rolled a 5.
Yo! By the gods, what are you doing?
Is it still being pulled?
I assume that's why it's a strength check.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
These dwarves will not die.
Oh, I imagine not here.
Would you
Do you
know
know
why?
Magic.
Well,
Is
I
it
mean-
something to do with this or something to do with something else?
Oh, no. From what I can tell, this was from before.
no,
Yes.
Jathar, put it back in your bag.
So-
I can't do anything with it yet.
The
Where
door-
are you from?
That's
Me?
my drop.
Yeah.
I'm from Candlekeep.
Do I know if Candlekeep's nearby?
You know it's not nearby.
Okay.
I think Jathar dropped the head, so I'm chasing after it.
Okay.
No,
I think this has answers.
the elves and dwarves would not die before the moon.
Oh no, this is magic from much longer ago than that. I think whatever happened here, they've been preparing it for some time.
Yes, it looked that way. Chanting had been going for some time.
I remember a scroll in Candlekeep we could never quite decipher. It's the path they did manage to get said something about this, black moons and something about the ocean. I'll have to go there next.
Does he have
But for
anything
now-
around?
No, he just his notepad, quill.
I'm also going to sketch out this rune circle. I'm guessing it's dwarvish.
Yeah, mostly
runes.
broken now, but you do
Yeah.
see some runes.
I'm going to pull out my notebook and do the same thing. Write it down.
The as you look at the ruins, a lot of them you recognise, a lot of them you don't though.
Like
it's
old?
a strange mixture of new dwarvish, old dwarvish, and from what you can tell, almost looks elven or celestial or something similar, but not quite like either.
Jot it all down.
Why were you here?
After I managed to collect the head.
But before this happened, you must have been in the area.
Oh no.
Do I have any idea how long it's been since this has happened?
Since the moon?
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably would have been roughly a week. You've been underground, so it's hard to tell, but
Yeah.
still had been used to the passage of time for some
Yeah.
time.
Are you a scholar of some sort?
I would like to think so.
Yeah.
As a Grand Magister, I'm expected to be.
Oh, that's what he said, Grand Magister. I couldn't remember his title.
You wouldn't happen to know how far the this undeath circle pertains, do you? Because this head is quite unwieldy. Just thought I'd put it back in your bag, please. Well,
Make a dex check.
16.
Yeah, so it falls, you go to grab it, and it slips over the edge and just disappears into the darkness.
I needed that.
He just sort of stares at you, pushes up his spectacles a little bit on his nose, goes, you have the nerve to call me strange.
Yeah.
You don't know the half of it.
I was really hoping that head was going to lead us to Abbathor.
Well, you should
Abbathor?
catch it.
Abbathor.
That's not very
Yeah.
nice.
You see him sort of reach into his thing, pull his book out, and start cross-referencing some notes.
He did this.
Yes, Abbathor is responsible for this mess.
Oh dear. He's meant to be gone, though.
Yeah. He was.
All my texts say this.
These dwarfs did something. And then he strode forth, held up his hammer. And you see the rest.
Whose hammer?
His.
Abbathor's hammer.
He had it on his hip.
I think you're confused, boy.
No,
There's no such thing as Abbathor's hammer.
no, because this is Morden's hammer. And he had his own.
Oh.
He's not wrong.
He pulls out a book and just starts frantically reading it. And he just looks annoyed at a moment and he touches his eyes and they glow blue. And he starts reading again.
Alright, fuck it, why not? I've been honest with everybody else. Hi, my name's Cass.
Hello?
I accidentally freed an ancient dwarven god using said hammer.
By the gods.
Yes.
Big mistake. We're trying to fix it. We're good guys now.
He sort of shuffles back a little bit,
Yeah.
but keeps frantically reading.
Completely understandable. Now you wouldn't have any clue of how we could fix this in any way. Where we could look to find a way to.
Go back in time and never do it, I suppose.
And how do we do that?
Oh, I hadn't the power.
Do you know anyone that does?
Probably those strange moon elves, but
How do we speak to them?
go to the moon, I suppose. They call it saloon.
Okay. Good. We
Getting
have
to
a
the-
plan.
Getting to the moon does seem obtainable.
Okay. Yes. Rather.
You were speaking about an ancient scroll?
Oh, yes. One we used to have in our libraries.
Used to?
Used to?
Or do you still have it?
I don't know what the Grandmaster did, but he made a trade with a man.
What? Did you meet this man?
I didn't know.
Do you know anything about this man?
Oh, he's a bookkeeper from what I understand.
Bookkeeper.
Human?
And he has the
I
scroll?
believe so. Well, last I heard, the Red Dragon attacked our envoy, but they got back okay. Someone else wants it.
Could not have been
So
a big
the-
dragon.
You were taking the scroll to the bookkeeper and the envoy?
I don't know why you keep referring to me. I've been studying this whole time.
Your people were taking the scroll to the bookkeeper and it got attacked by a dragon on the way?
Yes, I believe so.
Do you know if the bookkeeper got the scroll or the dragon?
Well, they didn't say the dragon got it, so I assume the bookkeeper has it still.
Okay. So it's
Where-
very wanted.
What town was this bookkeeper in?
Baldur's Gate.
I might have to go have a look at some point if we get a chance.
And this, you said, it mentioned something about the ocean? You were talking about, it spoke of this ritual.
Yes, there was a man. He had quite a bit of power. He seemed to be able to almost read the text on this scroll. Never quite managed it, though.
Which man is this?
Oh, I don't know. Stories. Told by storytellers.
Right. And
I don't even know if it's true, but...
what did he glean from the scroll?
Looks up at the moon, he's like, well, this was the first part.
What was the next part?
Something about the seas.
Any particular sea?
All of them.
All of them.
So, Grand Magister, have you ever heard of the Queen of Snakes?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, lives deep in the earth. Queen of Deceit, they call her.
Yeah, apparently. You want to meet her?
No. 'Cause-
What about her brother?
Which one?
The undead one.
Oh, well. Apparently he's fairly peaceful, surprisingly.
Yeah.
A lot of these undead types don't end up being peaceful, but
He's
that
downstairs
used to
as well.
contemplate, I suppose.
He's causing the mountain to rumble.
Oh.
Queen of Lies is that way. Queen of Deceit is that way. And then her brother is underneath that inverse mountain right there. If you want to jot that down.
I think the one I need to find is the King of Shells. Huh? The one that lives under the water. That's the next
There are
part.
more of them?
Oh, there's 5 in total,
Please listen.
providing they're still alive.
Giant snakes.
There's the King of Shells. What else is there? You said?
Well, there's the Queen of Deceit.
Yep, met her.
Yes, you did, by the sounds of it. She didn't trick you, did she?
No, we're super good.
She
at
did not
saying
trick me,
tricking.
no.
That reminds me. We should probably hurry at some point.
Yeah, we should, but I've got more questions now. Where are you from in Candlekeep?
From Candlekeep itself.
But you have a library that you work at, a school, or...?
From Candlekeep. You do know of Candlekeep, surely.
No.
It is the grandest library in all of Faerun.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
How long are you staying in the area?
Until I'm done my
And
research.
we live in Faerun.
Yes.
Yes.
And you're heading back there afterwards to, I guess, tell people of what you found?
Oh, I'll tell some.
You did good.
Alright, well, I'll come by see you sometime.
Oh, okay. You won't get access, but I appreciate the gesture.
I'll ask you at the door then, at least.
They will tell you no.
I'll ask. Twice.
They will tell you no twice.
He can really be quite persuasive.
They might even tell you no 3 times at that point.
Wow. You guys are committed.
We may come and pay a visit at some point. We've kind of caused this whole mess, so we're trying real hard to fix it. If you have any information, please try and
The
contact
Monex.
us. I mean, it's a possibility. If we find a way, then sure. But yeah, if you find anything out, let us know.
Can I have that hammer?
No.
Oh. Bit rude. Okay.
Can I get a read if this guy's like just absolutely crazy insane?
Yeah, roll insight.
I think he's sane, and that's the problem.
18?
All the best geniuses are a little bit crazy.
After everything we've seen and done, we're the crazy ones.
What would you trade for the hammer?
What do you want for it?
I like the sound of this Candlekeep.
That's it.
Well, you can't have that.
Do you know where the rumour is that the King of Shells might be?
Oh, under the sea somewhere.
Somewhere. Thank you.
If we find a temple to Moradin, they might pay you very handsomely in trade for that. They also might be able to help.
Jafar would like to know if you have any items you wish to trade.
Like to what?
Trade.
Well, I haven't brought much with me. Just the bare necessities.
I think we're good. Smarty Arty doesn't have much to offer.
How did you get here?
I teleported.
How many can you take with you?
Well, the most I've ever done is 7.
Can you teleport to the moon?
Well, I've never tried. I don't think I want to.
Where can you teleport to? Anywhere you want?
Anywhere I've been, certainly.
How long will you be here for?
As long as it takes.
We've got some things to sort out, and we're quite stuck if we try to get back.
Oh, yes, well, I suppose you can't teleport.
Yeah, it's a bit of an issue.
Well, where do you want to teleport to?
Do you happen to be really good friends with the whole entire Drow clan? Might be the word.
Drow clan.
Underneath the ground over there.
Oh yes, the ones that turn into animals. Quite strange for the Drow.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not friends with them. I know them.
Do you want to teleport us there?
If you want. And you are gone. And that is where we'll go to break.
That was well questioned. Black. We can't see black.
Oh, you can see.
Okay.
Is everyone around?
There's some Drow. They look very surprised at your presence.
Do we recognise where we are?
Not 100%, but they are dressed the same as the other Drow you've seen.
Is this staircase in the room before?
It probably is.
I immediately leave and go find another barrel fish.
Well, I run up to the first drow and grab them by the waistband. Where's Zekalo?
That's kind of scary. They just kind of don't quite know how to talk yet after seeing these people just appear in their midst.
We've been told here we need to see Zekalo right now.
Immediately.
I guess he's probably in the main chamber?
I'll just piss bolt. Well, I mean, waddle bolt?
Scamper?
Yeah. It's a lot funnier than a scamper.
You see Jathar disappear around the corner into where the kitchens are as you enter.
No, I'm remotely surprised.
Roll perception for me.
I'll assist.
That's a 13. But 17.
So Zekhalil's not here as you look around. But everyone seems to be more ready looking.
Do we recognise any of the Drow that were also travelling with us around?
No.
Has Caldera been back?
Who are you asking?
Like, openly to the room?
A couple of them look at you and just shake their heads.
Who is in charge here?
I suppose Zekhalil?
Where is he?
In the chambers.
What?
There's a sort of tension in the air you can't quite place.
Is it they're referencing like the chambers where we interrupted before?
Yeah, you could probably guess that chamber.
Alright.
Fairly
I
obviously.
thought that's where I was running.
I think. Well,
No,
you probably are, but you're in the main chamber now.
We're with the tree right now, aren't we?
Yes.
So yeah. I just shoot that first one in the chamber and like running towards that one.
Yeah.
Like a muppet, obviously.
Yep. So you dash down this stone corridor. You see the large doors ahead of you. You hear voices coming from behind.
I'm trying to push as hard as I can to get in there.
Yep. The doors swing open, and you see Zekhalil looking very sort of not smug anymore. Just looks very stressed as he's standing over a large piece of parchment with a few other drow standing. They all look up and as you enter.
Have you been back down there yet?
No.
Have you received
Don't.
Caldera's message?
No.
You're one of them. We've been lied to.
By who?
The snake.
It's a queen of lies.
Starts cursing in drow.
Cows was on her way back here.
She has spent spiders to inform you.
If she's not back, she might be dead.
How long ago did she leave and where from?
It's about an hour now.
About now, yeah.
Yeah.
About that.
From where?
What is the place called? Just the Dwarven Fortress?
Yeah, Dwarven Mines.
Yeah, Dwarven Mines.
How did you get back so soon?
We found a mage up there. He teleported in here. Just complicated. I understand. It's my whole life.
Well, then of course you wouldn't be back yet.
But that means we might have some time.
Time to do what? Exactly do
Maybe
you propose?
help her get her through the other side. She is stuck in between a giant snake that wants to kill all of you.
Start swearing.
And the city of tentacle people.
And the city of Illithid.
And some waterfalls. And
The Drogar.
And
Durgar.
the Durgar are around there.
And the mushroom people are fine.
But there's mushroom people.
What is beyond the darkness?
It gets
a lot?
way more dark. But
But
emotionally.
no, it didn't really get more dark. Because that was really the worst thing we came across.
You don't think the like whole entire city of like people being enslaved? This isn't important right now.
Snake light? Yeah.
Can you contact her and tell her to take the surface?
No. We've got no way.
Shit.
He starts barking orders and these other drow start dashing out.
You can't go past the snake. She can't be trusted.
She'll kill us all.
Then we'll have to kill her. It's the only way.
The one thing we could do is we could go back in through the mountain the way we came in. We came up and along the surface till we saw the mage and he sent us here. We can go through the over the surface, down, and through the back way.
And do what exactly?
Find her, get her back safely.
That'll take far too long.
Far too long. Unless we happen to have a mage handy to zip us around all over the place.
We might if we go up and look for her.
Where?
Rune circle where Abbathor stole the moon.
The top of the mountain, it's too far.
At least this one makes sense. That is far too far.
It's like a few days travel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roughly.
Then what do you propose we do?
He proposes we go down and kill the snake.
We have no choice.
Well, I'm gonna need a kind of a rest, a sleep. I can't fight.
And stay behind. We will deal with it.
Fuck's sake. Suicide it is then.
You see him go over to a chest on the ground and open it, and there's a gleam of light and magic inside. And he strips his robe off and starts donning what looks like silver armor, glowing faintly blue.
How long until we move out? We have wounds to bandage.
Make it quick if you're coming. That was quick.
It's going to take me an hour to have a short rest.
Yeah, I'll have a short rest.
By the time they mobilise, you probably have a chance to have a short rest.
Yeah.
While we're sitting and resting, is this what we're doing now? Killing the snake? Is it our only option?
We need to save V.
Yeah.
We need to save Kara.
Yeah.
And they're both on the other side of that fucking snake.
They're fought by our side, we owe it to them.
Far appears with a barrel and just sits down.
How do we beat this snake?
Well, I was kind of hoping that the big undead one would come and give us a hand, but that didn't seem very
This is
likely.
like way too chill of a dude for that.
Yeah. He was really relaxed. He just wanted to be real zen.
Yeah. We should go back and visit him sometime. Bill would like to meet him for sure.
It was literally the quietest moment of this whole trip.
So just for the stream's amusement, I rolled 5 hit dice. I rolled 4 ones. So
A
anyway,
bit better.
those dwarven axes don't heal quick. Those dwarven ones.
So Zerkalo dons this armour and leaves.
Does it look... I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen drow armor before. Does it look like it's made by them or...
No, I mean it glows. That's not something you'd think you'd see in the Underdark.
True. It's actually giving off like light.
Yes.
Can I ask him about his armor? Zekal, why did you...
Now's not the time, he just sort of storms past.
Love that dude. Love that man.
At least he seems too stressed to be smug at the moment, so that's something.
I like smug Zekal better than serious Zekal. Serious Zekal doesn't joke with me.
No quality banter with him.
No. He hasn't done you when you need him.
So you head out into the chamber and you see giant spiders crawling out of a tunnel. And you see someone handing out what look like crowns to a series of drow. As they place them on their head, that faint blue glow appears as well.
I approach a drow and ask why is everyone's
Five
armor
is in the
glowing?
line at the back.
They let us ride them.
If you wear the
Gestures
crown,
towards the spider.
if you wear the crown, the spiders let you ride.
Well, they let us ride them anyway.
Then why do you need the crown?
Well, because otherwise we can't go into their plane of existence.
Oh my god.
Roll perception.
That got wild in one sentence.
Oh my god!
20.
So you remember seeing these spiders like a jet black, and they almost looked, rather than spider, it looked armoured. You see them now
Yeah.
prying this armour off, and underneath there's a pulsating blue glow.
Jafar will go into a little crevice and then use his head illusion to appear as a drow, and then he's going to go line up to try and get in one of the crowns.
Talking to the person asked if they give crowns to visitors.
No, this is for war only.
Does that go up?
I mean, if we're in the war, do we get one then?
No.
Alright.
What aid can we have? Armor, anything? Do you have anything you can give us?
Probably none that will fit you.
That I completely understand. I meant for my lithe tiefling friend.
You have access to the full armory.
I go
If
and
you
have a
live
look
through
the
it,
armory.
you keep it, I suppose.
I go and look through the armory. What
It looks like it's mostly leather armors, but very well made.
is anyone better than my stuff of leather armor that I'm wearing now?
Maybe. Hard to tell.
No.
Does it look better? That's the question.
Oh yeah, it looks way cooler.
Oh, Warren. Is it black?
Yes, actually it is.
Hell yeah. I take it.
It's a very, very dark brown. It's basically black.
Good enough.
Does Jafar get to head down?
So you line up with this line of people. You get to the end, you step up, and he just kind of looks at you, looks down. Doesn't seem to have any of these crowns left. He looks over and all the spiders have mounts on them. He's like, who are you? What are you doing here?
It appears I'm in the wrong line. I didn't give out any other cool goodies.
Well, that seems to be the main of it. Everyone else is armoring up, getting swords and weapons.
Have we
I head
rested?
over to the armory.
Have we short rested now?
Yes. Yeah.
Do they have breakers in the armory?
They also made, all the weapons are made of wood.
Oh, wow. Cool.
I drop the illusion as I head back.
I'm going to go to the tree. Just kind of sit there and meditate for a moment.
I'll find Cass meditating and sit next to him.
Yep.
Just mind getting ready for fighting a giant snake.
I'll also start kind of. I drop my old shield, so the old one like just it's beat to shit. I'll basically commit to the new one, and I'll start unwrapping the cloth off of my hammer.
Yep.
And kind of unfold that and put that in my pack and ready that at my side for when we go.
I'll tune my instruments.
They're sounding spectacular.
Jafar will search armor for anything interesting.
In the armory, I've gotten. I'm not taking any armor, but I'm taking like scabbards, bandoliers, or whatever.
Yep.
Because I took a fairly large bunch of weapons from the Dwarven armory.
Yes, you did.
But particularly double reinforced spot for the hammer.
Did you still need health, either of you?
No, I'm good. I went straight up.
Because I would have done a Song of Rest, and you would have 5 more if you needed.
That's right. I maxed
That would put me to 0. So yeah, thanks.
Make a death save. Everyone roll perception for me. Yeah, if you're in the main chamber.
I suppose my roll.
18.
24.
Damn.
You're not in the main chamber?
I was in armor for something interesting.
Oh, yeah, cool. You look up and you notice a man in blue robes, long silver hair and half moon glasses just wandering around looking what's going on.
No frickin' way. Artie, Smarty, what are you doing here?
You haven't seen him yet.
Dang it!
That's what I say in my head.
Imagining what it would be like if you do see him.
Yeah. Like, imagine if he was here right now, that'd be hilarious.
They're like, what are you doing here, friend?
Oh, well, you said there were more snakes down here. It seemed interesting. I just changed my mind. Maybe it has something to do with all this, I don't know.
Well, we're all about to get ready for a fight. We're about to go down there and try and kill the Queen of Deceit.
Well, I don't know if you have much luck with that.
Yeah, well, we don't really have a choice. We've got people on the other side of it. And we need to get out.
On a scale of 1 to never even try to fight the Queen of Deceit, where are we at right now?
Probably the far end.
Oh, damn it.
Where did you think that was gonna lie?
I just really wanted him to lie to me for once.
I actually have an idea. I'm going to take my armor off and I'm going to ask Midrith for the hammer and I'm going to see if I can do anything to it.
Still in the armory.
So, which I imagine would be one of the best places for this.
So when you walk in, the wooden weapons. The drow wearing the wooden weapons to go to war.
Yes.
Are there any axes?
Wooden axe, yes.
So it's a wooden blade on the wooden axe.
Yeah.
So you see me walk in, I'm like, what's with the wooden weapon?
History
Um,
or Arcana?
probably Arcana.
20.
Do you know why they're wooden weapons?
I imagine it would be because the druids don't like using metal.
Yes.
I like the irony. I have a new new wood chopping axe.
Alright. Can I roll a hammer for a minute? And I'll just see if I can find an anvil or anything or something that'll do.
Not in here, but you do see a small passage that leads off to probably where they do forge the armor.
I'll just see if I can find a spot, and I'm gonna do my hammer first.
Yep.
So my normal one, make that somewhat enchanted, and then I'm going to try my armor and see if that actually does anything.
Roll a religion check for me.
24.
24, okay. You strike it with the hammer of Morden and it strikes and goes gold for a second, and then you see a gold leaf pattern just start wrapping itself around it.
Do I recognize this?
No, it's not dwarvish, it looks almost elven, which is very strange considering it was Morden's hammer.
I whack it again.
Yep.
And I keep going at it until it seems to form completely.
Yeah, so as you do, the leaves keep wrapping themselves around the armor, or the shield, I think it is.
No, I was trying doing it on my
On your armor?
chain plate, yeah.
Yeah, so leaves start wrapping around it.
That is...
And then you see the leaves give way to what looks like a giant landscape almost on the armor of a rock closing in over the leaves. It looks like, if you were to assess it, it would look almost like leaves disappearing into the earth, into a mine.
That is going on me. And then once I feel like it's reached like the fruition of it completing itself, I'll don it again, and then I'll
It feels just not quite right on you anymore.
doesn't feel like dwarvish anymore.
Well, it still feels somewhat dwarvish, but just something's not quite right. Please read, you have to watch in.
How are the sounds of mobilization going?
It sounds like they're getting ready. You look around, most of the armory is empty now. It looks like they're probably not far off getting ready to leave.
I'll do like I said, I'll do the same thing to my shield and because I've got that ancient dwarven shield now that I've ditched my old one, and I'm using my hammer properly. So I'll get both of them. Does the shield do anything, or does it just get that faint glow to it?
Roll a religion check.
27.
Does the same thing.
Sweet. And I come walking out of that armory looking dope.
I like to grab the hammer with you.
I kind of like, yeah, alright.
I walk in. I take the great axe.
The wooden one.
No, the dwarven one.
Yep.
I sort of, having seen the stylistic imagery on his, I'm like, and I concentrate, and I start hammering, and I start like picturing my great axe that I lost before.
Yep, roll a religion check.
16.
It doesn't look anything like your grape, but it does start shaping strangely. And you feel a warm glow coming from your shoulder from the dove.
I keep going.
Strange patterns start appearing, like fractal patterns. And it turns a very soft silver colour. That almost seems to have a blue hint to it.
Once I sort of feel like it's finished, and put the hammer away, walk out, and I give him a nod and keep going.
Did anything happen to the my hammer? It already had intricate inlay on it, but I imagine it wouldn't have changed too much. Or
You tried to hammer your hammer with a hammer?
yeah, because I know.
I thought you said you tried to use your normal hammer on the armor first, and then you used.
No,
Okay.
I wanted to try and give that how the other ones seem to get the +1.
Yeah, roll religion for that one.
Ah, this isn't going to work 3 times in a row. 22.
Yeah, it seems to have taken on the same property, so you see some strange gold leaves wind their way around.
Why not go for the full set? And if need be, I'll change my boots out or whatever.
So it looks like they're ready to mobilise. You hear Zach a little shouting out in the main chamber.
Do I have do I have time to attune to my gear?
Maybe as you make your way there, you're not sure.
Alright,
You could try.
I'll give it a shot.
Do I feel the same with the
Yes.
bullet?
I ask
But-
Artemis. Wait, you finish. Were you going to say something?
Because but you do notice it looks nothing like what was forged.
But it looks cooler, and that's the most important part.
I ask Artemis if he's ever teleported anyone that he can't see.
Oh, sometimes.
How far away could they be?
I suppose anywhere, in theory, as long as they're within the weave.
Do you have to know who they are?
Oh, I suppose. Can't just... Well,
I mean, if you know their name.
I wonder if I could randomly just teleport someone. No, I better not.
Oh my god, Artemis. Can you teleport a drowning Kareth to here?
Oh, I could try.
How many times can you teleport in a day?
I don't know. I've never had to do it more than a couple of times, to be honest.
Alright, give it a go.
Okay.
Do you have anything of these?
I don't. Did she give me something?
Did I see you give her a coin?
Oh, she's got something in mind.
It's a real shame that didn't work backwards.
Yeah. Yeah, so a drowned named Kareth and a Yuan-Ti girl named Vilvana. Feel free to just call them up.
He sort of concentrates for a minute, puts his fingers to his forehead and clicks. A drow appears, wearing more traditional drow armour. Looks around and grits its teeth and stares at you. It's not Kareth.
Oh, really?
Is it not one of these drow?
No, it's not one of these drow at all.
Oh my Jesus!
It just starts in drow
let's
a
put it back.
barrage of words.
Let's put it back.
Oh!
not the drow we're looking for.
He starts speaking in Undercommon.
Oh.
And the drow like grimaces at him and starts speaking back. Well, this is Kareth.
Oh,
Sorry, there's been a
different Kareth.
very different misunderstanding.
You see the drow just lunge at him and say, oof! Clicks and it's gone.
So yeah, probably a few Kareths up there, I see.
Next time.
Yes, I suppose so. Oh, that could be dangerous. Well, that could be very dangerous.
Really useful.
So,
No.
what are your chances of teleporting a whole entire army?
I would say 0.
At least you know one of your limits.
I mean, I've never tried, but I wouldn't like to either.
Well, do you want to come get some first-hand
He walks
knowledge?
up right up to you and just starts prodding you in the chest.
It's shiny, right?
What is it?
Well,
That's not what you were wearing last time.
yeah, I made it.
Oh.
It's one of the properties of the hammer. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what it does.
He just sits down in the middle of the floor and looks at that and goes, that is not a Morrigan. And starts sketching.
Now I'm thoroughly confused. That had inscriptions on it, right?
Fractal patterns.
Oh, your axe, right? I thought he held up the hammer. I was like, what?
I swapped it out and didn't like looking at this.
But yeah, he just sits down in the middle of this floor with Drow rushing around and just starts writing something down.
Can I try and pick up the hammer? Put it down first,
Clong!
and then I'll try and pick it up.
Yep. Strength,
Aha! 9.
you fail.
I pick it up before Jethar gets a chance to try.
Because you know the greatest rogue in the land will almost certainly be able to do
We
it.
probably tried 3 times before I even checked. Before we got to it.
So you hear some shouting in Drow and they start marching. You notice all these spiders are now glowing blue. Their armour's been pried off. And they've got spots of white underneath their large abdomens.
Is Zekel around anywhere?
He seems to be standing at the doorway leading the charge, sort of ushering the rest of the Drow through.
Can I just ask, what's going on with the spiders and...
We're marching to war
I can tell
against
you.
the Snake Queen.
I can tell you about them later if you want.
Cool, thanks. We'll meet you down there.
We'll see.
Or we'll come with you like right now.
Go on then.
Like we're going first, haha, beating.
No,
Fall in line then.
I will fall in as I'm going. I'm starting to concentrate on this.
Yeah. You start marching. You see a lot of these soldiers on spiders go ahead of you. You see them get to the first point that you remember dropping off into a cliff, and the spiders are, you hear a little puff and they just disappear with the horizon and reappear down below, and they keep marching.
Convenient.
Have I seen smaller versions of these before?
I don't know, have you?
No.
Did Artie come with us?
Last you saw him, he was just sitting on the ground riding.
I'll walk over to him as everyone's leaving. I don't really care if I'm like behind the group or anything. It's an army line. I'll walk over and like, if you want to come down, you're more than welcome. We can keep an eye on you. You can retreat whenever you feel like it.
I would like to take notes. Retreat won't be necessary. Okay. He stands up, puts his book away, tucks it away, and starts walking with you.
I'll walk and talk with him, ask him sporadic questions. Shit, I have pretty specific arcane knowledge, so we'll just chat back and forth.
As you walk, you notice him pull out some small crystals from his pocket and hold them, and they open his hand, they're gone.
What was that about?
Oh, storing my power in the weave. Who knows what we'll face ahead?
It's hard for me to do those kind of things, being with the nature of magic I wield. Can be pain.
So where does your magic come from?
From what I've been taught to gather, I've been taught to understand, my power is essentially gifted upon me through my faith in my God. And he gives me a portion of his share of the weave.
He just sort of stops for a moment, thinks about it. Even after you unleash his mortal enemy?
Yeah, I imagine he's quite upset with me.
Surprised he lets you use it at all, to be honest.
We've had a complicated relationship. He scorned me. I owe him one, let's say.
Oh, more than one by the sounds of it.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to work it back. That's probably why I still have any power at the moment.
And that is why it is far safer to learn from books.
Yeah. I was after a book. That's what led me to complicated.
A noble goal, at least.
I regret it.
What was the book?
It was a book detailing how to craft the Eye of Abbathor.
Ah, yes, I've heard of such a book.
Now Abbathor has it, along with his eye.
Oh. When did you last see the book?
I didn't actually see a book. I saw a mantelpiece that had the... I haven't actually seen the book. It may have already been gone before I got there.
Do you know the title of it?
You want to roll a history check?
Yeah.
22.
Something super dwarvy.
It's something super dwarvy.
That's a strange name for a book. He sort of walks around in silence, thinking about it.
I'll let him ponder.
The Eye of Abbathor, the Eye of Abbathor. Ah. That is said to be able to reveal relics, is it not?
Yes.
Ooh.
That's why I was after it.
I've read about it.
I figured if anything could restore my position, finding relics of my faith would be the way.
Well, I could probably find it if it's down here somewhere. But I'd have to take it.
As long as I could read it once, it should be enough.
Yes, I suppose that's fair. He holds out his hand and just starts glowing with arcane energy. And he closes his eyes and focuses. You see him focus very intently. And you just see materialise into his hand a book.
Yeah, I was like,
Oh. Oh. Whoa. It truly was out here. Who would have thought? There you go.
and I like cream myself. I'm like, just like shaky. Thank you.
Now remember, I need that afterwards.
Yep.
For the library.
Yep. I completely understand. I'm just like, scouring it, trying to attune and read at the same time.
Alright, so in real life, I want you to rub your stomach and pat your head to see if you can do it. You pull it off.
Lucky you didn't ask me to switch, because that's where it gets complicated.
So you are getting to these small cliffs as you're going around. You notice that he just steps off and floats to the ground.
How did we get down this before it was tricky? And
Yeah, you climbed it. And...
It's like 10 feet or something.
No, there are a couple of
Climbs
longer
down.
ones.
Okay.
Jafar climbs down.
I asked
I
Artemis to
approach
give me
you.
a hand with getting down.
Sorry?
I asked Artemis to give me a hand with getting down.
Oh yes, just jump.
I jump.
And you just float to the ground.
Thanks, man. I give him a high five.
If I noticed you summoned that book before, can you do that with other objects?
Probably. Depending if I know what the object is.
Jafar found this really great wine and Neverwinter. Perhaps you could summon a bottle for Jafar.
What was it? Well, I can't summon it without the details.
It was called catnip.
He summons something. It's a bottle. Unlabeled.
I smell it.
It smells similar.
Drink some.
It tastes similar.
Right?
How are his pupils?
It's like
Can
drinking.
you summon just like 10,000 gold?
Oh, probably.
Can I have it?
No,
No.
that's immoral.
That's immoral.
Looking down the cliff and seeing the spiders go down, I try to summon my magic and look down and try to do it myself.
What are you trying to do?
Basically cast spider climb, which
Ah.
is, I can't yet, so.
The spiders aren't actually climbing, they just seem to be appearing and disappearing.
Okay.
I'll
But you have seen spiders climb here, so
Yep.
roll a d20.
16.
So you look down, you step off the edge and sort of brace yourself to fall about 20 feet. But as you do, you open your eyes and you are looking straight at the ground.
This is strange. I walk down.
seeing this, I walk onto Medved.
Whoa!
You now have a dwarf standing on your back.
I mean, I didn't expect this to work. I just wanted to test it out.
I look down at like this giant cliff that I'm looking at face first. I'm like,
If we fall, I'll try to catch you.
From behind
Yep.
as he's falling.
let's just walk down this cliff.
And get to the bottom safely.
Jump down.
So you start moving ahead, you catch up. In the last chamber where you saw the giant bugbear, essentially everyone's gathering around, preparing themselves.
Focusing more on the weapon.
Can we see the... Is this the room before the entrance?
Yeah, so you see the entrance off in the distance.
Is it black again?
Ah, yes.
Yeah, I'm just trying to attune to everything I'm wearing. Just kind of sitting there, just...
Roll a d20.
Yes, that's
It's feeling comfortable on you now. Not quite sure what it means, but it feels comfortable. It's starting to move naturally with you.
And then I start reading.
How big was this bottle of alcohol?
Normal bottle, probably 700 mils.
Right, Jafar finishes the bottle and he approaches us again. Jafar, thank you for this great bottle. Perhaps you could help him with something else. Jafar left his sword back at home. There's this nice shiny red sword. I left it in, and then he describes a man in Neverwinter, and the name of the sword is like, I don't know, Flame Tongue, something like that. It's not actually his sword. He was just commissioned to steal it and he forgot.
Does this use up your energy?
Yes.
I mean...
Fine, but it's the last time. He closes his eyes and holds his hand out, and you see this sword materialise. So there we go. Pulls out a crystal and holds it in his hand. Disappears.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's handy, yeah. It's like, oh, sword.
So I rolled a 4 on that d20. So.
For...
Was I trying to roll for a tuner?
No, Cass was.
Oh, no, he was doing the same thing with his great axe, I think.
Yeah, I was trying to change it to great axe.
Okay.
I go over to Meredith for the sword. Could you identify this with me?
He just called it Meredith.
I take it. It's a sword. It appears to be on fire.
It's not. Is it actually on fire?
No.
Yeah,
Okay, no. It's a sword.
There's sort of like a rippling flame underneath the surface of the blade almost, but it looks like it's just almost light reflecting where there is no light.
I pull it out. It's like a couple swings.
Yep. You do see some sparks trailing behind it.
Sweet.
That's pretty cool.
I'm like, can I identify objects? And I've got a warlock spell, so I can't.
With my eyes.
It looks like a sword still.
I tried it on the great axe.
Yeah, once we've got some free time, we're not going to march toward deaths. I might identify some things.
Can I attune to it without knowing what it is?
You could try, but you won't have time right now.
Ah,
Not if you're going in anyway.
But I see Cass poring over this book.
Probably.
What you reading, Cass?
This is the book I came here for.
So you're saying, job done?
Yeah.
So-
Our job is technically done, but we kind of can't leave V behind.
No, yeah, but just remember, you now owe me millions of dollars.
I mean, good thing we have quite a lot of inventory, shall we call it?
I don't know. Is it good reading?
It's kind of dark down here. It's kind of straining my eyes a little bit.
Romance? Comedy?
Tragedy.
Always tragedy with you.
There was history before, but since Kas'Othduk.
Ouch.
Hey, if I see a dog, I'm calling it a dog.
Replace your history skill with tragedy.
I've got a +10 to tragedy.
So you see Zekla immobilized, and you see he's looking a bit hesitant at the door with this darkness pressing on it.
Walk in front of him.
Yep.
If he's just sitting there like,
He doesn't have...
just straight in.
I'll walk up to him and I'll hand him the leaf that's around my neck.
He doesn't want to take it, but he does. He knows what it does.
How are we going to win a fight when our army can't see anything?
You notice behind you, Artemis just like reading another book again and just walks straight into the darkness without even noticing he's walking into pitch black.
Nurse,
I'll follow on.
Yes.
can you see?
No. You hear the snap of a book close.
We've been staring at it for that long, it's just like ingrained in his vision. Oh, that's great. Alright, yeah, I'm walking in.
Yeah, better walk in, get my ears out.
You hear rumbling in the distance.
I'm gonna head towards a bit of something I can hit because I can hear it and it's big.
Roll a hit.
Oh, I haven't swung yet. I'm gonna wait for everything to start.
I thought you said you were going to hit something.
I'm walking to something I can hit.
Well, you can hit something now if you want.
Okay. Disadvantage or is it just
No, just swing.
21?
Stone walls do not move. You hit
Sorry,
it.
24.
Stone walls still do not move, and you hit it.
Standard great axe damage, 13.
You hear some rocks tumble to the ground as you hit it.
As I'm walking in there, I'll just kind of shout out into the ether. Your brother sends his regards. And just hear.
You hear rumbling, but no response.
I'm walking behind us, so he's in my light.
He can't see in that light, but you can probably keep on him.
How much stuff does he have on him?
He just seems to have some scrolls, some equipment, like basic equipment for taking
Can I
notes.
pull out a scroll? Because he can't see me.
Roll sleight of hand.
Yeah. 14.
So you go to pull on it, and he just sort of steps out of the way. Not sure where he's going, just kind of wandering off in a different direction as you snatch at it.
I'm going to walk up the snake. And,
Which snake?
Well, the wall? I assume I went like that and felt metal.
No, it's wall. It's literally a wall. You start swinging at a wall.
Okay, well, I'm going to rumbling. Like, I'll keep on walking around until I feel something that's a wall. Metal then.
Nothing yet.
I will ready to dodge. So take the dodge action.
You hear a very loud hiss, followed by another very loud hiss. Followed by another very loud hiss. Roll insight.
Were there two different like frequencies of hiss? Does it sound like maybe?
Roll insight. Nope. Sure doesn't.
Stupid poor rolls. I know what's going on, but my character doesn't.
And I try a different tact. I am going to walk up the wall.
Yep. Roll a d20.
Spells. Do I know? 15.
Yep. So you start walking up the wall. Still getting used to it, feeling a bit unsteady as you're walking at the wrong angle.
Assuming I get subjective
going
gravity.
to talk to Asher as we walk, and I'm just going to tell him the story of how I fought Abbathor and all that.
You fought Abbathor?
Yes.
Oh, that sounds rather peculiar. Oh, you fought Abbathor, you fought him.
Yes.
You see him pull out a book and a quill and start jotting notes.
I start regaling him of our whole journey from the start to here.
In your light, you can see his notes are sort of words. And he misses the mark and writes over the top of his other words sometimes because he's in pitch black.
Yeah. This is my version of events as well, not what actually happened.
Roll perception.
4.
He is listening intently to everything you're saying.
Oh.
I come up to them chatting and I ask Artemis, can you comprehend multiple languages if you want?
Oh, yes.
Can you comprehend all the hissing we're hearing?
I suppose.
Can you do me a solid and do that?
Your book's language.
With the pink.
Oh, something about she can have the lava, it's collapsed anyway, I don't know.
She can have the lava, it's collapsed anyway.
Strange. Sounds like one of them wants to stop one from eating the drow.
Wait,
Are you hearing two different giant snakes speaking right now?
Oh, yes. Who else do you think is arguing?
I wasn't aware anyone was arguing.
Oh, yes.
I can't speak snake. Does one sound like possibly it's dead?
Well, no, it's still talking.
In like a dead way?
No, fairly normal.
I'm not going to take a word for that. Sounds like big boy, only other giant snake we know is here.
you mean like undead big boy?
Well, he says no. I say yes.
I'll take your word on it.
Mm.
What's the play? I'll go talk to Zekalil. So, I assume he's still has he come in or is he?
Yeah, he's coming now.
So
from
he's
the alley.
in the darkness somewhere.
Yep.
Did you hear that, Zekalil?
Hear what?
What Artie just said. There's two snakes in here arguing.
Arguing? Over what?
Who gets to keep this? One's good. One's on our side.
Also arguing over who's going to eat the drow. I mean, one wants to eat the drow, one doesn't want you to be eaten.
Well, they won't eat us all today, that's for certain.
I will shout out in Gnomish. Oh wait, before I do, Artie, did you have a name for the undead Snake King or whatever it was called?
Which name do you want? His true name or the name he goes by?
Name he goes by. That seems less.
Well, people generally refer to him as the Lord of Skulls.
More
What's his real name?
His real name is Silsan.
So,
So not John.
I'll shout out, Lord Skulls, you there?
You don't get a response.
We're here to give you a hand if you're gonna fight her, but we can't do it in this dark.
You don't get a response.
I don't really know what I wanted.
Can you tell them to turn on the lights?
Turn on what lights? We're in the Underdark, aren't we?
Turn off the dark?
We are still in the Underdark. It doesn't really work like that down here.
Make it less dark.
Oh. Oh, yes. I would like to be able to read again. He just wanders off to the darkness.
I'm still following.
I guess we go deeper in.
Let's just march onwards, see what's gonna happen.
Yeah. I'm sort of walking across the roof now towards the hisses.
Artemis comes back. It's like, I think you should all leave.
Alright, see ya.
Well, the Queen of Snakes ahead, she'll probably eat you.
Yeah, is the King of Skulls here still?
It seems to be, yes.
Does it seem like he's winning the argument of don't eat the drow?
Well, I don't think it's got any precedent. This is her home.
But she wanted his home.
Yes, probably. It's much warmer down there.
What's our play here? We kill her?
Oh, wait a minute. I remember reading something that I thought was quite strange. I've heard about it in other stories. Queen of Deceit, they call her. Apparently, if you can best her in a match of wits, she will give you your way.
Oh, shit.
Jafar is the smartest rogue in the land, so clearly he will be able to best her.
No doubt.
Well, Jathar, go ahead. Challenge her to a game of wits.
Jafar just walks to where he thinks the center of the room is. And then,
Yep. I mean, you can hear the hissing. You can probably follow your way through with your hearing.
and then he shouts out in command, Jafar, the master thief, challenges the Queen of Deceit to a game of wits.
The hissing goes silent for a minute, and you hear a rush, and you just hear a name your game.
How about a game of riddles?
Very well.
DM pulls up Google.
You come for 3 riddles, and if I can best more than one of them, I win.
That's not how it works. You challenged me.
Be saying all them riddles.
But the greatest rogue in the land must surely know some wonderful riddles.
Do you know any Tabaxian ones?
I don't know any riddles for you. Am I gonna have to actually come up with a riddle?
Oh yeah, if you want to challenge her to a game of wits. If you dig that hole, I'm going to let you fall straight into it. Okay, so because you don't have any riddles, we're going to go on to a riddle montage briefly.
Takes a montage.
Roll a d20.
You just do all the riddles in Tabaxi.
I was thinking about doing
16.
that primordial.
Roll another one.
I should probably do it back there.
9.
You gotta win the first, the head of the first one.
And one more.
14.
I have one.
I do have a bunch of riddles, but most of them are from
No,
hobbits.
I have the best one.
Doesn't matter, you lost.
He lost.
And you hear his, now, leave the drow to me and get out.
Wait a minute, that Tabaxi's a fool. I have a riddle that you could never solve.
You hear just silence. Just get out. Tell me.
Why is a raven like a writing desk?
It's not.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
There are quite a few similarities. Does that mean you're wrong if it's black and in a raven shape?
You didn't specify
Ah, but I didn't need to, did I?
Yes.
I feel like you have fallen for my trap.
You just played your trap card.
I mean, I feel like this is ridiculous, and I walk away. I love that question so much.
Roll an insight for me.
It's not very good.
Yeah, that's probably worked. You can roll an insight too since you did the new game.
12.
12?
Yeah.
This was something you heard in a book. She's known as the Queen of Deceit, so maybe it's not true. Maybe she's abused by it, but that's about it.
Queen of the Sea, I challenge you to another game. Perhaps we should say who is telling the true lie.
Very well. You hear just echo from above you.
So we will say two lies and a truth about who we are. And if you can guess which one is true, then you win. And if I can guess, if you lose, I'll win. If you can guess wrong, I'll win.
Speak your words.
My name is Jafar. My name is Trevor. My name is Mist.
I am the Queen of Snakes. I never lose. I will eat all of the drow behind you.
Which is the truth?
All of them. And you just feel a rumble as the ground shakes around you.
That's not true.
Technically, you lost to your brother, is that right? Edging away.
Lost to her brother.
Yeah, didn't she lose her home? Or was that just bullshit?
That was all absolute lies. She wanted to steal his home from him.
Well, just take it already!
You feel the ground shake, and behind you you hear screams.
Alright. Throwing down.
Can we even see the snake at this point?
No.
I start just sacred flaming left, right, and centre, trying to hit something.
Roll a d20 and see how many drow you hit.
Okay, cover.
11.
First ground screen.
So you see flames disappear from vision. Hear some more drow screaming.
I'm sure it wasn't me. Does anybody have a plan?
So I let go. I was above its head. It's probably moved, but Medric isn't that smart. He just lets go to swing his axe as he falls down.
Yep. Roll a dex save.
14.
You hit the ground with a smack. And you take 14 points of damage as your weapon leaves your hands and clatters across the ground. Into the darkness.
I scurry after it. Well, everything's darkness for me, but yeah.
Well, you've got 5 feet around. Oh, you don't know. Yeah, okay. Roll a d20.
It's even worse for him.
My glasses! 19.
So you feel the hilt of something ahead of you.
Does it have the right up?
Feels like it's probably the rock.
Yeah.
Alright. What are we doing? Are we...
I'm playing blind whack-a-mole now. It's like if I think it's nearby.
Gonna kill so many drow.
Oh. It's like Medric doesn't care.
Almost. You hear more screaming and slithering of this giant serpent. It almost seems like she's toying with you for trying to challenge her by murdering everyone around you.
I will shout, retreat to the entrance, used range, bombard the area.
Maybe it worked, maybe it didn't.
That's what I started doing. I started trying to retreat to the
It
entrance.
occurs to me that I am in the middle of the area and I run after the voice.
Jafar is still standing next to Artemis, yeah?
You haven't seen Artemis for a little while.
I've been standing next to him.
He
the whole
wandered
time,
off into the
following him.
darkness.
I was following him.
You asked him to turn the lights off.
No.
Someone asked him to get the lights back on.
Yeah, I turned and then you walked off to challenge the snake. You haven't seen him in ages.
I call out to Artemis.
You don't hear a response.
No.
It was nice knowing him.
Yeah, I'm trying to retreat to the entrance, that's it.
Jafar will also leave.
Leg it! Leg it!
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it doesn't seem like the drow are doing anything other than screaming.
I mean, you did hear the occasional fire of a bow, but I mean, they can't see what they're doing.
I don't think we planned this right.
We planned this?
He makes the point.
So you start dashing back towards the entrance. And as you get there, there's a giant tail wrapped in front of the door.
Oh, that works for me. Stun, like,
I stabbed
wait,
it as well.
wait, I've got 5 feet of light. Is it her colour?
Oh, yeah.
Then I start like trying to pry. If Medrith comes up, I want to pry into it. And I want to just start like golden into it.
Yeah, roll strength check.
14, so 16.
Yeah, so you pull at it and just can't budge it.
I'll smack it at the bottom, try and bend it. Ting! No.
Try just climbs up and over.
It's blocking the door. You climb up to find stone wall. Seems almost deliberate.
I sit on it until it moves.
It doesn't move. Oh, not yet anyway. You hear somewhere in the distance screaming more drafts, but it stops and there's a very, very heavy sound of a thud.
I take a step back from that tail.
You hear more hissing and then you hear another thud.
I have a target and I swing my axe at it.
Yep, I rolled a hit.
Disadvantage. Yes.
Well, you're just hitting a wall essentially.
Yeah, I'm hitting a wall essentially.
And practically too. You somehow got turned around, you didn't end up back at the entrance and you just swing at a wall.
Oh, okay, so I was following his voice.
I'm kidding because you rolled so low.
Okay. I swap my weapon to the hammer. I'm going to try the same thing in a second.
Yep, I got nothing.
So yeah, swing with Moradin's hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Nat 20.
Okay. You hit and the scale that you hit just shatters.
Do I know this? Since I
Probably
can't
not.
see.
I mean, you would have had something shatter the ground. You don't know if it's rocks, if it's scale.
I mean, not bad.
Do I see this happen?
Are you standing there? Within 5 feet?
I'm on top of the snake.
No.
I will keep swinging forward then.
Yep.
Probably not be enough. 12, 16.
Doesn't seem to be enough. It just doesn't seem to be getting through now.
You just keep trying. But I know it's not going to work, that's why we'll keep trying.
Yeah, I guess I'll keep beating at this wall to try and get it to move if it doesn't.
As you're hitting at it, you hear some more hissing and some more of these loud thuds. You feel the ground shake, and the tail sort of, after a little while, just slithers past, opening the doorway.
Trout rolls off from the door.
You burst out, and you can see again in the Underdark with your dark vision. You see that maybe a few of them listened to you and heard you, or maybe a few of them just used common sense and got out of the dark. There are a small battalion of the Drow left behind here.
There's an archway here with writing on it.
Yeah, there seem to be runes of some sort.
So there are runes on the doorway that are, I think we read them before, didn't we?
I don't think we did.
I think we tried to, but it was like an
They were-
amalgamation of...
Yeah, ancient runes that you couldn't understand.
There's Artemis out here.
Not out here.
Was there anything similar on the other exits?
The other
that's
exits
up.
just opened up into the Underdark.
Mm.
There might have been another exit on the other side, but you weren't able to get there because of the giant snake in the way.
Yeah, well, I was just wondering if the archway was similar.
Oh, like on the inside?
Yeah, like if it, on the exit, like, so you've got the chamber on the other side, so that...
Oh, you've
that,
never been to the other side of the chamber?
Yeah. Is there an archway there as well?
Don't know, you've never been there.
Right.
Well, I'm in a hitting mood. I look at the rune, it looks vaguely important.
Yep, roll damage.
Damage, so D10? Moradin's hammer, I don't know what its stats are.
Oh, that was a D12 and 2D8s, I believe.
Trout was at his barrel fish.
15.
So you hit it and part of it just crumbles.
Oh, he'll just keep doing that.
I'll take the other side, why not?
In case it's to do with the light, he's just...
Probably just a warning of some kind, but...
Yeah!
Just to be safe.
I gotta feel like I'm doing something.
Drow definitely tried breaking the door at some point.
So yeah, we're trying to break the arch down. I'll tell the Drow to basically fire up and over to avoid hitting any soldiers. Like in any of their incoming soldiers, aim for the top of the skirting of the arch to...
One of them that looks like a captain steps forward and says, "We don't know where they are in there. It's not worth the risk."
was just saying aim high. Maybe you're more likely to hit snake at that height than any of your men.
Unless they're in the middle and it arcs back down.
Alright.
He looks down and you see blood just oozing out of the plate of armor on his shoulder and says, "We've hit each other enough."
Cast Cure Wounds on it.
He looks a bit surprised. So, "Thank you."
It's 5 HP.
Yeah, so you see the wound sort of suture itself and the blood stops coming out.
Do you have any ideas?
I think our cause is lost here.
Has anybody heard from Zekalu?
Not for some time.
He's got light. He might be alright. Were you close enough to sound like there was a snake battle going on in there?
A snake battle?
Yeah, there are 2.
Yes, they tried to attack us.
One tried to attack you.
There's only one in there.
There's 2.
How do you know?
We heard them talking.
Roll persuasion.
15.
I don't know what any of that means, but okay. Well, what does that mean for us?
Well, one is the Queen of Deceit, bad, and then the other is her brother, the King of Skulls. He's trying to protect you guys.
Why? Why would a snake do that?
Yeah, he's not a bad dude, I guess. I mean, we helped him. So he's doing us a solid, I guess.
He sort of looks around at his men, women, all dressed in their armour. Looks down. Signal the retreat. We need to leave. You see there's some hesitation as I can still hear some, shouting in the background, some screams. Metal on metal clashing.
Do you have a horn that could signal retreat?
I don't think they're going to make it out.
Values.
Yeah.
Thaumaturgy. Both of us at the same time. As loud as we can.
Sure.
Both just walk in and just be like,
Yep. As you step back, you do see, after some time, a few of them do come through the door, come crashing through. Most of them you don't see coming through. If you get pitch black in there, they wouldn't even know which way to go.
yeah. I'll try and, there's an idea. I'll make the tremors kind of like skirt towards the door, so like light ones. And I'll say, follow. Oh no, that's just going to confuse them with the giant snake tremors.
Yes, it is.
I got nothing else. What can I do?
Over here! Over here!
Yeah, that's about it.
I give up on trying to smash this thing. It's either I've broken it up or by now I haven't.
I'd say it's fairly destroyed.
I'll destroy something I'm happy with.
Maybe that was a way to turn the lights.
You just have to touch it and say on.
Yeah, I'll just keep that up for a while, trying to get as many people in as we can.
So you notice most of the drow now retreating back to the caves, looking very defeated, devastated.
No signs of Zekalu?
Not yet.
I'll keep it up. And I'll cast locate object on the necklace that Medrith gave him.
Yep. It's definitely in the room somewhere.
Is it moving?
It is.
Alright. That's a good sign. I'll shout for him. Tell him to get his ass back here. His men have retreated.
Some of them.
Yeah, well. His men are retreating.
I hold my axe and I just start walking away.
I got no dog in this fight. Later. After some time, you see Zekalu come out, riding the spider, looking very cut up, with a very confused-looking wizard at his side that he's holding up by the back of his robes.
Artie, what the? You just disappeared.
Well, you left me in there. Anyway, unhand me, like I said. Put me down. He'll just shake his head and throws him at the ground, and he sort of hits quite hard. Gets up and dusts himself off. That was rather rude. Anyway, and he turns and steps back into the darkness.
Where are you going?
Back in.
For what?
Research boy!
I mean, I get it.
Before he steps back in, I'm going to yell at him. Jafar has something you can read for your research. It looks very important.
Oh! He steps back out of the darkness.
I point to the rooms on the... What's left of the rooms on the archway.
Can't really read those. He waves his hand and just... Sorry. That's completely.
I'm not there, my heart isn't broken.
It's like, seems to be a warning. And turns and walks in.
Gathered as much. Turn to Zekalil. There's nothing really we can do at this point. They're apparently fighting for their territory. Just hope he wins.
Should never have come down here.
Yeah, that's why I wanted more time to prepare.
Should never have come. He just turns and walks off.
What were you looking for down here in the first place?
A way through.
To where?
The Temple of the Old Gods.
What does it look like? Do you have any idea? Is there any description of it?
Temple under the oceans.
I'll give him a brief description of the Illithid city that we came across, and if that rings any bells to him.
So no, nothing like that. A small ancient temple. My Lady of the Forest has shown us the way, but we've never been there.
There was another path that Vilvana went down.
Oh yes, the girl that was with you.
The
She
queen.
listened to the snake.
Yes. She went to go find more snakes.
I don't hold much hope for her.
And that's why we're trying to get through. Her and Calra. It's either we just push through and try and get to the other side as quickly as possible and
No,
make our way.
we're done. He turns and walks off.
You may be done. I don't want to leave her down there to die.
Then go.
Medrith. Just walking on.
Turns around, starts walking back. What?
I'm gonna push through to the other side. Gonna try and find V. I don't think Valius could forgive me, even though if I've completed this job and he's just gonna leave her, like, just leave her down there to die.
Just sort of shrug. Necklace.
Throws it at you as he goes off.
I pick it up off the ground as I drop it.
Keep your people safe.
That's all I can do now.
We'll save anyone if we find them in there and try and point them in the right direction.
I don't think you'll have the chance, but good luck.
Yeah, well, we never do. I'll just walk into the darkness.
Everyone's following?
Yep.
Yes.
The sounds of battle seem to have stopped now. As you enter, it seems like most of them have either been killed or left. Other than the distant thud every now and then.
Which
and
one's
the
the thud?
rumbling.
A shout out for Artie.
Yes!
We're heading to the other side. You want to come with us?
I want to see how this ends, to be honest.
Who's winning?
Oh, the big one.
But how are you seeing it?
Oh, I can tell. Just listen.
Is it like is it like a decisive victory, or
Oh,
is one gonna die, or
I don't think so. He's too kind for that.
yeah, that's a problem. Well, get to the other side and then see how it pans out, I guess.
Okay, good luck. Goodbye.
Just
You hear a whistling coming through the air.
try and find my way through, I guess.
Yeah, so you start just walking into the pitch black. You don't really know how far this goes. For all you know, it could go for days worth of travel.
Yeah.
I'll just keep going.
So you're walking for a while?
Yeah. We'll stick together as well, so our lights work together.
Yep.
So we can see each other.
Yeah, so you keep walking, and eventually you can see again.
Does it like behind us? Can we see? Or
You turn around and you can see behind you.
is there a big undead snake around?
You see something in the distance moving. Something very large, gleaming a little bit white and some glow of the Underdark.
Jafar walks back into the exact point that he can't see.
You keep walking then. It seems the darkness is gone.
So I just keep getting close to this snake.
Yeah.
She's dead.
Actually, yeah, I'm curious as well. I want to go see if she's dead or if she has just given up.
Yeah.
I don't walk back because I don't trust someone called the King of Skulls.
He's a chill dude. He could have eaten us. For some reason, I trust the King of Skulls.
Sort of know what his deal is.
Yeah, I know what he's about. You know.
Yeah, he knows what he's about.
I didn't know
He's just
she.
honest.
I didn't know she was the Queen of Deceit at first.
That's kind of the point. So you walk back and you do see the King of Skulls with a lot of his scales seem to have been pried off and are missing. He's looking pretty rough, but he's there.
Can I see one of the scales on the ground?
You can. There's a few around.
How big are these?
Very big.
Big enough to be a shield.
Is there a broken
Would be
piece?
bigger than a kite shield. Be big enough to be a shield for a giant.
God damn.
Cool.
Is there a piece snapped off that I could get into my bag of holding?
No. It seems like when they're pried off, they come off very solidly. If Medras rolled a bit better, he might know that he'd shattered one.
Can I see those shattered pieces?
No.
Wouldn't be able to fit in the bag of holding, would it? It's far too big.
Way too big, yeah.
That's a real shame because that'd make some nice armor. Actually, probably it'd fetch a really nice price, is what it would.
Yeah.
Is the tunnel downhill?
Which one?
The one we were just walking down.
It seems fairly flat across here. As you look out across, it looks like the Underdark goes deeper beyond. So
Could
from the 2 points, it's fairly
Bogging
flat.
down on one of these plates.
Oh, look, if you wanted to. You might never come back.
Try setting up to plug him.
I don't stop him.
Roll a strength check.
10.
You can't even move this giant scale. It's very solid.
Jafar still keeps trying.
Is there any sign of the Queen of Deceit?
Some scales.
That's it?
Yeah.
So he's within range of us?
You could move towards him.
We can't even speak to him though.
I can know him.
True, we can.
In Gnomish, for some reason, you scared her away.
You see this snake that's sort of half over the top of the Underdark, going down to where you remember you'd climbed down to wade through the water. You see this giant head lift up and it kind of comes over and just hovers above you and looks at you.
Are we alright?
It sort of gets a bit closer and just gives you a little nod.
She gone?
Just nods again.
Is she dead?
Are you asking that? Doesn't understand coming.
Is she dead?
Shakes his head.
Has she gone back to your home?
Nods.
Are you staying? Is he staying here?
Are you staying here?
Nods again.
Are you going to protect the drow if they come through?
Sort of moves his head strangely.
You still need to eat
one of
every
these.
now and again?
It shakes his head.
No, he definitely doesn't. We were inside of him. I don't think he had a stomach, right?
So we have safe passage
Nods.
to the drow.
Nods.
Do you know where a Yuan-Ti named Vilvana is? You ask him that?
That's a rather specific.
Yes or no, man? Yes or no?
Do you know what it is? Yes.
Yeah.
Good. Can you tell me?
Well, I thank you. I guess it's, you've done a lot for us. Good luck, and I'll just start walking away.
Yeah, it slinks back and starts curling around the cavern a bit.
I made a friend, guys. Yeah.
Good job.
I trust the King of Skulls.
The power of knowledge.
You see Artemis up there taking notes
Of the
now that it's
giants.
light. Goes up and starts prodding a scale.
Do you think either of them know which direction we need to go? At least you'll find Vilvana.
It'll be hard to ask how to find V.
The wizard can talk.
That's true, I guess. Yeah. Do you want to field this? Artie's your best friend.
Your BFF.
Artie.
It's Artemis.
It's Artie Smarty.
It's Artemis. Grand Magister Artemis.
You kind of
Right.
like Artie, don't lie.
No, I do not.
Smartimus.
He seems rather tetchy.
Because you're the smartest.
Is there a point to this? I'm rather busy.
Yeah. Artie.
Yes,
Cool. Can you talk to that snake again for us?
probably.
Can you ask it where our friend is?
Which one?
Vilvana. And Gareth.
You can ask it. I don't know if it'll be able to tell you. It's just come here itself, hasn't it?
Yep.
You see him go up to the edge and hiss, and the giant snake head just sort of lifts and looks at him, hisses back. Comes back, he's like, well, he said he saw the other drow, she was coming this way.
That's good. Didn't see the other one.
No.
Does he know where... If the Queen of Deceit was to point someone towards an army of snakes, where would she point them?
I don't know.
Oh.
Oh, you want me to ask the snake?
I was hoping.
Oh.
What was it that Zeklo said? The temple under the sea?
Yeah.
Temple of the old gods?
Yeah.
It doesn't ring a bell.
Okay, could you ask the big snake for us? He's older, I guess. He might know.
Turns around and starts hissing again for a little while. It's like he doesn't seem to know either. He spent most of his life here. He's done some travelling, but he's quite big. It's hard to get around down here.
That's understandable. When you leave, can you pass by the drow and tell them that it's safe to pass through here again?
Oh, yes, I suppose.
When we left the first time, did we see which direction Vilvana went?
You just sort of go off into the darkness the opposite way to where you were going.
So we could go, if we went that way, we know the opposite way is over there.
Well, it could be either through a passageway carved into the stone, or it could be through the other end of the big stone plateau here.
But we can narrow it down.
Well, because
50-50 if you roll a dice.
Yeah.
it's because we're in the dark. We don't. We could have gone that way and.
As far as a master tracker, perhaps he could discern which way she went.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
Can I look for any notes or anything she might have left behind?
Jafar walks around.
Yeah. Roll for investigation.
Not great. Below 10.
Don't see anything. What are you doing?
How far apart are the two exits?
Well, you haven't got to the other one yet, and you haven't seen it yet.
I'm going to start walking around looking for tracks. Alright. Whichever one's more to my right, I say she went that way.
That's straight down to the Underdark, where you went.
Whichever one of the other two entrances.
Well, it's either to the left or directly ahead.
I mean,
Right.
But you're not even
Directly
sure there
ahead,
is a directly ahead, it just goes off somewhere.
I got 14
Jafar
on
has found
survival,
tracks that lead directly ahead.
but I believe him, so.
I'm gonna head to the directly ahead one. Either way.
Yep.
Sure.
At some point, have a sleep.
Just on the ground right there.
Yeah. But at the moment my feet start to, like, the tendon in my foot starts to ache a little bit too much, I'm just gonna, like...
Behind his feet and just drag him behind him. And use him as a toboggan.
Perhaps this is a good spot to rest. No predators will come near the snake.
I mean, if they do, it'd have to be a really big predator.
So we set camp here, we rest, then we move.
Sounds like a plan. Yeah. Do we feel safe enough in the snake's presence, or do we want to set up a...
No, I'll set up my hut still. No reason not to. It's,
No.
it's comfortable in there.
I don't really see a reason for a watch at the moment.
Oh,
I don't think anything can get into the hut, can it?
well, a horde of drow made it pretty easy to.
That's a horde of drow. If we come across another horde of drow, we've got other problems. I mean, I can take a watch if
Yeah, you take first, I'll take second.
Before you go on your first watch, perhaps you can examine this with me. And I'll pull out the sword.
Sure, I'll give it a look. I'll cast Identify. Sit there for 10 minutes.
It's a sword.
It's,
Seems to have magical properties.
I am going to stop casting Identify one of these days. I give it a swing so it like sparks a little bit.
It's definitely got elemental magic, some sort of conjuration magic.
Tell you what. Stand there and I'll take a swing at him.
Okay.
I dodge either way.
I rolled 2 anyway. Just thought you want to experience firsthand the type of damage that it gives. I mean,
Half these sides are a bad idea.
Fine.
I have my sword back.
well, I mean, it's, okay. I'll take a swing at it.
Are you sure you want to do that?
I don't move.
Just straight across the chest.
Okay, if you really want to.
I mean, I'm committed at this point. I don't have a magical DM in my head going.
Probably not a awful sword at all.
I mean, what are the odds of me rolling a natural 20?
I don't know.
1 in 20.
Nat 1.
Cut
Wait,
your own head
does
off.
that mean I do decapitate him? Because I'm trying not to.
That means you go swing and just miss completely, going, maybe I shouldn't.
I thought he was going to like burn out one of my eyes.
You're terrible with that sword. You should
As long as
keep
the
to
head
your
off the
habits.
dove on your shoulder.
Well, I'm actually not proficient in it.
You hear in the distance, just, oh, of course. You look over and Artemis looks very excited about something.
Just put my head up. What is it, Artie?
The temple,
Oh,
the underweave. Maybe it's all true.
we're like 600 meters away, and you get this now.
No, he's come running up to you.
Oh, jeez. So,
So which way did they say it was?
they said their forest queen showed them a way through, but they'd never been in.
Well, which way?
We'd need our guide again, but that's what the female drow was. She was our guide.
How long will it take her to get here?
I yell really loudly Carol's name.
It echoes through the caverns.
A day, maybe.
Yeah.
I cannot wait that long. I cannot wait that long. I cannot wait that long. He just
You
keeps
can-
repeating himself over and over.
Shake him.
You may have no choice.
We'll be fine. It's been a stressful day. Just have a nap.
Of course, he pulls out his book and starts looking at all these weird things he's drawn up the top. He just puts his finger on the moon.
When was the last time you slept?
Don't remember. Slams the book and he just starts running.
No, look, we need your help, and we would like.
I'm too busy!
We want to come with you. Just wait.
Well then hurry up! And he dashes off.
I grab my sword off him and follow, swinging it in front of me as I go.
Trips.
Yeah, an invisible drow just drops dead.
Do we follow him?
He's very awkwardly running, still trying to clutch at books and papers and sort of bundling them up in his arms as he's sort of hobble running, tripping over his own rugs a little bit.
We'll catch up to him.
Pretty easily, I imagine.
I'll run up next to him easily and go, perhaps if I could hold all throws into his nice bag.
No, it's quite alright.
How about you slow down? You're not gonna make it there by running.
Well, how else will we make it there? I don't know where it is.
Exactly. We'll take our time. Be careful. It's the Underdark. There are traps everywhere. There's spiders and shit.
We don't know which path she'll take to get back, but she has to pass this spot.
But you don't understand. What if it's all real? What if the stories are true?
Hammer of Moradin. I released Abbathor. It's probably true.
What stories are you talking about?
The underweave.
How about we sit down, we split up some rations, and you tell us all about it. And then we can be on the same page as you and help.
Fine, but we have to go fast.
Yes, we'll have a sleep. We'll wait. Hopefully our guide catches us. She'll recognize the dome.
Oh, then hurry up, let's rest. Quick, come on!
Cuts up all the rations with his sword.
They're toasty.
I squash mine with my hammer.
I don't put up the hut so that Carol can see us.
He eats his rations really quickly, and he looks super impatient.
You can put up the hut if you want.
I'll
Sure.
put some fisherman swords
So
out.
put up the hut instead.
Yep.
Can I borrow Moradin's hammer?
Yeah.
And I'll sit it outside and cast light on it. Just like sit near it while I'm waiting. And just
Yeah.
periodically cast light as like a...
Okay. Why?
Just in case, just so to make us easier to spot for Kara
Okay.
if she's coming this way.
Sure.
I rest, I assume.
He's sitting there, and you notice he has not opened his book for quite a while, which is very unusual. He's just tapping his foot very impatiently.
Is he human or elvish?
Possibly elvish, very frail and tall, maybe human.
I'll return to describing my adventure over the last few days.
So yes. Okay. He doesn't seem impressed anymore.
I'll start while I've got time, and like on my rest and my spare time, I'll essentially be copying down the notes from the book for the Eye of Abbathor and just like transcribing all of it into all the important key parts of it that I will need later, like crafting and stuff and necessary materials into my book and just detailing it, trying to memorize it. And that's our day, I guess, unless anybody else wants to do anything.
No.
Well, eventually I go to bed, Valius takes over.
He's just muttering to himself, looking very impatient as you come out.
Is he telling you all the story at all?
No one's asked him yet.
Well, I ask him
So what do you ask him?
the story about the underweave and what's all could be true that he's talking about.
Surely you've heard of the Underweave.
No.
Fairy tales.
Please elaborate.
22. Wait, no.
Yeah, no you haven't.
That's ridiculous.
It's like a really super specialised knowledge, but he just assumes everyone has it.
Trial listens intently.
He says, well, before the weave, before Bistra, before any of it, something held it all together. It said there's a weave beneath the weave, more powerful magics. It all makes sense.
Why?
Magics of the old gods.
I heard a theory that Abbathor is trying to release the old gods and control them.
The problem is the old gods don't exist. They were devoured by the Ancient One.
Why do you think it's all real now?
It must be. The moon, the negative energy plane, it all makes sense.
Is this coming together with that other scroll?
Which other scroll?
The one about the moon thing happening and something happening with the ocean?
Well, it could pertain to it, certainly.
What's the ancient one?
Devourer of Worlds has told in stories. The gods wanted to awaken it to reshape the world in their will.
Great. Cool. Yep, I'm gonna have some nightmares. And I'll lay down.
I am a researcher. I am not here to get involved. But if this is real, I have to stop it.
Oh, this is bad.
Oh yes.
You seemed really excited before.
Yes.
Excited and scared.
Well, it's all real. It's a research opportunity of a lifetime.
Okay.
But if it's real, we'll probably all die. And then there'll be no more research.
Yay for death.
Anyway, either way, we need to press on as soon as we can.
Alright. Well, let us finish our naps then.
We had this discussion at the end of first watch. I'm asleep.
Yeah. I'm the only one awake, I think.
Tavar's not. He's enjoying his new sword too much.
Toasted fish.
I'm still there, I'm just laying down.
So he just starts staring off into the darkness, pondering. And that is where we'll leave it.
Intense session.
Yeah. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Once again, don't forget to check out Dice Paper Roll. Check out the competition on our Facebook page, and don't forget to tune in tomorrow at the same time for the next episode of When the Seas Fall Silent.
And we gotta save the world. Save it for the little boys.
Save those rosy cheeks.
Save it for the little boys, Medrith. Save it for the little boys.
That's what Medrith is all about.